say hi to YouTube real quick. Hi, YouTube. Welcome to episode numero 8, number 8. Bienvenidos al canal. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you all being here. Hey, I'm going to go straight off by saying this. This is probably going to be, from here on out, multi-part series. Come and check us out because quite literally 20 minutes of the previous episode, 25 minutes of the previous episode, granted there's only 10 minutes left, took us around 4 hours. So I guess we'll see how long episode 8 will take us, and then episode 9 will take us as well. So if you guys want to come join us on Twitch. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share these videos wherever around, because honestly, I suck at promotion, dude. I'm not going to lie. I am not going to lie at all. I absolutely suck at promoting myself in any aspect. So if you guys want to go ahead and share some of these videos around, or, tell your friends about it, please do. It means the world. Even if you're not, you should. I've seen Baby Metal. I think Baby Metal is pretty cool. We are starting with episode 8, Cough Me. Oh, shoot, episode 8 already. However, this also means, hey, if by the time you guys get this, you guys should start planning now what anime is going to start replacing Arcane. What show is going to replace Arcane, ladies and gentlemen? This is your opportunity to go ahead and think about what show is going to go ahead and be the big fundamental replacement for Arcane in of itself. We are not going to go the entire way. We are only going to go a little bit, ladies and gentlemen, because I do have to finish my finals and submit them, and then I have to go out and do IRL stuff. So, are we going to get a poll to vote? You guys are going to get a poll to vote based on, like, there's going to be some shows that I'm going to exclude just based on the fact that I'm like, I didn't quite vibe with that show, or others that I might be like, all right, this one's definitely included. So you guys are going to get a poll that goes live. I'm going to ask for some suggestions, and we'll go from there. With that being said, though, live action tends to be a little bit tougher just because of, content like this. But that's what I'm saying. With that being said, guys, if you guys want to go ahead and suggest a show, start getting them ready, because I will start asking for them soon enough. Let's go straight into it. I don't know what else to say. Let's go into it. Oh, we had to have the Netflix logo here. Wait a minute. No. Are we actually getting backstory from her? For her? Holy shit.
When I was 10, your grandfather brought me to the aftermath of the Battle of Hildenar. He offered me a gold coin for every blade I retrieved from the Fallen. Said we needed the steel. But I knew it was...
Hold on.
...was a lie. He wanted me to know death.
Kino says this war is a failure of statecraft.
Your brother thinks he can talk his way out of anything. He fancies himself a fox among the wolves. But mark me, child. If you want to last in this world, you must learn to be both the fox and the wolf.
Oof. I mean, what a survival. Let's talk about this, right? Even her face is in shadow. Let's back it up just a little bit, because this is actually quite impressive, right? We're already looking at the grand scale of things, how big this entire building aspect is compared to her. Who fills up the room? Mommy does, right? Let's be absolutely 100% honest with this. Who fills up this room? Mommy does. Draco, thanks so much for the bits. I appreciate it, Draco Nicole. How you doing? We're getting a look at other cultures, and we're also getting a look in terms of the grand scale of things. How does she end up filling a room later on? Her presence can fill up a room later on, and we're starting to see, like, for example, now this is a big encompassing room compared to just her small frame there. And when we see mom is Mommy is just... Is this how all councils and all like rulers end? With destruction in the throne room and blood spilt everywhere? Look at her. In comparison to her, where the entire room was much bigger, granted she is like smaller. It's like she, oh man, this is she, like, yeah, we can't really see her, but she's in light and the shadows and this reflection and how everything is labeled out specifically for this character. You can already tell the amount of power that she has. She hasn't even spoken a word, but you can tell the amount of power that comes through just based off of the statue of themselves.
When I was 10, your grandfather brought me to the aftermath of the Battle of Hildenar. He offered me a gold coin for every blade I retrieved from the Fallen. Said we needed the steel. But I knew it was a lie. He wanted me to know death.
Yeah.
Kino says war is a failure of statecraft.
Your brother thinks he can talk his way out of anything. He fancies himself a fox among the wolves. But mark me, child. If you want to last in this world, you must learn to be both the fox and the wolf.
Noxus is like Spartans on steroids. In a way, let's be honest. Learning to be both is probably really, really smart, and it's where she probably got her cunning from, right? Let's be realistic about it. Her being able to go ahead and manipulate people and still bear her fangs when needs be is huge. Her as a child being implemented with these lessons, and I'm sort of wondering, how far might this go, though?
We'll paint the walls in gold. Import crystal chandeliers. Advisors will enter here, but the regent will have her own secret entrance. She should have a kind, fat face, clever to charm her subjects, but pliable so we can mold her.
Perhaps she could be my daughter.
You'd give me a throne.
I will give you the world, child, if you prove you can take it.
And she's still in shadow. Holy shit, dude. She's still in shadow.
Mold her.
Perhaps she could be my daughter.
You'd give me a throne.
I will give you the world.
This, talk about powerful imagery, right? That even this close, the camera and whatnot still decides to go ahead and keep her face in shadow altogether. That even throughout everything that is happening in this region, in this environment, like, in terms of also, like, what does this mean for semblances of self and power, and, like, in often ways in how we project ourselves onto environments and how we tell a narrative. For example, thanks so much for the follow, Patricia, appreciate it. For example, how do you guys tell your narratives, right? When you guys are telling a story, what do you guys usually start off with? Do you go into all the details? If I were to tell you, do you remember the face of someone from 20 years ago, from 15 years ago? Some of you might say yes. For others, you might be like, I remember this one person. You know, it all depends as to the impact that they've had. And I'm wondering how this is going to play. Is this group going to show up again in this series?
Child, if you prove you can take it. What should we do with her?
She won't make trouble for us.
Hey, yo.
Strip her of her possessions and send her to the far colonies.
She's a symbol of the old regime. Kill her now. Only one must die. Let her live and you may need to kill thousands.
We can show the people we are merciful.
Wow. The impact that this is going towards, right? And whoa. In other words, you beat the... Well, this is why this is blowing my mind. If she grew up in an environment like this, and this is why I always highlight, like... Hold on. We're bringing this up. Well, not this one. Hold on. Let me pull this up. This is why I highlight this. What does this do, guys? What do you guys think this does in general? Okay, what do you guys think it does? It's not just spheres of influence, yeah, but through this, opens up picture of a cat girl. Wait, hold on, guys. Let me open this up. Oh, wait, wrong one. No, like realistically speaking, what this does in all togetherness is it shows the way that others influence us, our perspectives. So if we're looking at this and we're seeing the fact that like immediately, right, society, which is already in the macro system, is pushing down and it's trying to go ahead and frame and change our schemas in this way, it's a lot harder for you as an individual to fight out unless you start changing all of the things around you. Huge, because we're seeing this perspective. Her microsystem is aggressive, yes. If society already has this built-in belief system, what do we have? Someone that needs to learn how to mask their feelings. And oftentimes you have this in a lot of societies, a lot of cultures, a lot of environments out there, where society, the culture, whatnot might tell you, don't feel feelings, don't be weak, destroy your enemies. You should never have any moment of weakness in there. Oh, your problems? You shouldn't see a mental health therapist or an expert professional or whatnot. Which, by the way, guys, go see a professional. You know, I will always say this. If any of the characters in this show do relate or you're going through anxiety or depression, go see your mental health professional in your area. There are hundreds out there. Not a replacement for therapy in any way, shape, or form. It's just a community for support in case you ever need any form of support or friends or whatnot. You know, that's what it's there for. But it's huge to go ahead and talk about this because think about it. If you grew up in an environment where they told you don't cry, if you cry, you're weak. You're not one of us. What does that do to you? What does that do to you? It makes you mask. It makes you learn how to go ahead and start masking. And that's why it's important to go ahead and highlight these aspects. It's important to go ahead and bring up aspects like this and understand that culturally, some people learn how to wear a lot of these masks because they want to go ahead and not be isolated by their groups, by their environments. If we put them in here and we start realizing, okay, so this is the way that society, probably the school is brought up, family, organizations, neighborhoods, whatever is built up. What is your sphere of influence like? Here compared to Piltover. In Piltover, they can do whatever. But they all probably also have that dark side still within them. Huge, man. Fucking huge. Holy shit. Wow. Wow.
There's no mercy.
Wow. And Jace is next to her. I mean, can't see why the one council member was concerned about white not being shipped to the Noxians. Yeah. I mean, especially if it's going to lead to war, an aspect of war, that's huge, man. It's terrifying as well because all of a sudden, how far are they willing to go to keep an aspect of control there? Oof.
Will you be okay? I'll be right back. Okay.
Oh no. Silko! Oh, he genuinely got worried. Bro, Papa Silko. If she's fucking dead, I'm gonna be so pissed, man. Wait, 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 wait. Can't they inject? Can't they inject Shimmer into Jinx? Can't they inject like Shimmer into Jinx and stop this from ever happening again? I mean, she might turn into a monster. Yeah, right. She might turn into a monster, but like at the dosages that like Silko gets it, I'm like, couldn't that be a possibility for like safety operations and stuff? But at the same time, what would that do neurologically to a person? How would that affect? Would that dampen areas of their brain to take like a painkiller or an aspect like this? Would that kill off aspects of your brain or of yourself if you were to go ahead and like go into an environment like this? It would have been done before she gets cold. Good question. What if we inject Jinx into Shimmer? I mean, you seem to be. Well, that's why what I'm thinking. I'm like, how does this change a person's neurobiology and their neurochemistry? Like, does it change aspects of, like, inside of their brain, the way that, like, their neurotransmitters work specifically? Would it dampen feelings of, say, aspects, or would it join together other aspects, say, like rash behavior or whatnot, because of the fear of, like, not being able to go ahead and, like, feel pain or die? So like, because we've seen some people like, if you get hurt, you take the Shimmer, you good, that type of a thing. It's like, what does that do? How does that change you in a perspective? Well, Shimmer isn't real, so we don't know. It's going to be whatever the story needs to be. But we can identify not just Shimmer, but like quite literally other drugs and other like medicines out in the real world that like when taking them start affecting like you know neurobiologically and like some neurochemistry inside of your brain, if we're going to be honest about it, and make you cray cray. Yeah, no, absolutely zero berserker, because there are some people that lose their mind after trying some substances, and all of a sudden they're into the chaotic mode, and where that like big shift comes in, and like it's just chaos that's left over because that, for example, there's individuals that tried, I'm not going to go into it, but they tried something, and they've gone from normal stable, or at least the mask of being stable, to just environmentally out there. One thing we've seen is that it tends to amplify aggression. Exactly, Manduin. Exactly. That's why I'm like, I wonder what this could do in an environment like this.
It's gone. What? It was all for nothing.
Wow. Wow. Let's talk about this, right? Silko's reaction here. Let's go into this. Silko's reaction in this moment, ladies and gentlemen. What does this do? I've seen people try, and like even in some of the chats, like in Discord, villainize Silko as, oh, this horrible individual, but it's like it's a world of gray, dude. And for some people, it might sound fucked up, and yes, it might be manipulative at times, but we all attach differently. We all attach because of different purposes, and sometimes you might see this person as both, like for example, for Silko, might see Jinx as both his daughter and his tool. I hate to put it this way, right? His tool for the future, or maybe the hopes for the future, or whatever. But it might also be his, like, his self-representation of his daughter in that same way. Just look at the way that he goes ahead and like advances from this. Look, 1, 2, looking around, sees Jinx, instantly says it and runs. His cool composure that is usually Silko, at the back. Silko, the Silko that we know, is very calm, very collective, very much like a slithering snake, trying to get his way all the way through. But like, this Silko sees Jinx and he runs. Oof. My thing is, I feel like this can be weaponized in a way where it's like, your sister did this. Your sister could have saved you from this. Your sister could have been there for you. She could have fought with you, but your sister was not there. Your sister wasn't there. So what are you going to do, Jinx? Me or your sister? I've saved you twice. I've been there for you twice when your sister has abandoned you. Your sister has left you time and time again. She has chosen the enforcers twice. And I've been there to pick up the pieces of a broken child. Of my child. So what will you do, Jinx? Oh, man. Yeah, it's true, though. It's true, but the reasoning behind it, like, it's... Oof. That's why I'm like, oh, man. Oh, man. If I could have stayed at the end of... She could have. Like, there was... Oh, man. This is... This is... Ooh. Seeing him run, right? And even the freak out to getting to her, to trying to see, like, is she okay? What's going on? This is Silko worried. Let me get some more water. Hold on. This is Silko genuinely worried about what's happening. This is Silko genuinely feeling like aspects of power are slipping, right? Aspects of someone that he cares about is going away. Someone that he's been there for a while is starting to slip as well. I love how the big tough guy picks up her weapon, and they're all... I don't see Ekko, but they're just letting him grieve. They're letting him be there with Jinx.
It's gone. What?
Wow.
It was all for nothing.
Wow. Here's the thing. Manipulation is any form of trying to go ahead and change your perspective from what you believe to something else without allowing you the opportunity to come to that information naturally. If I start pressuring you to, it might be for your best, right? Like, go to college. You have to go to college. We have to set you up with whatever. We have to do this. We have to do that for you. If I start putting and applying that pressure for you, that is manipulation in a sense. We all manipulate our environment. This is me calling shit straight up, right? Because I hate when people are like, he's manipulative. Manipulative people are sick. Guess what? You manipulate your environment all day, every day. You manipulate your surroundings all day, every day. You manipulate your body to do what it wants all day, every day. And this is that, and that's exactly the thing, is manipulation doesn't even require lies. Kiryu, Ed can't even get through the scene before someone trying to mansplain something to him. But that's like, even for example, raising your children's, right? Sometimes you have to go ahead and like stick boundaries and rules for them to abide by, and often manipulate the environment for them to follow those rules, right? You're going to get grounded and whatever. Manipulation starts turning toxic, or a negative form of manipulation, the moment that you start doing it with the purpose of harm. The moment that you start doing it with the purpose of restraining information because it doesn't fit your narrative and it's causing harm. I think he genuinely cares about her. Noct, I would agree with you. I think he genuinely cares about her. And from his perspective, I think that pops up. And I think at this point in time, Silko's probably his biggest fear is losing Jinx. Because Jinx is his daughter. And we've seen it time and time again where, like, he tries to keep her safe. He tries to do certain things to make sure that she's okay. At this point, I feel like Silko's biggest fear is losing his daughter. He's manipulating Jinx, true, and out of selfish reasons nonetheless. But not because he needs a weapon or anything, but I think because he genuinely believes he has nobody else than Jinx. Yeah, and I think because, see, he saw Jinx and he projected aspect... Well, we're going into this. Fuck it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. What is Silko doing to Jinx? Also, yes, it is 111 degrees. What is Silko doing to Jinx? What defense mechanisms does he have for Jinx? Fuck it, we're doing it live. Yep. So let's highlight this. What he's projecting. Absolutely, he's projecting. It involves, let's read it, right? Individuals attributing their own unacceptable thoughts, feelings, and motives to another person. You might hate someone, tells you that you hate is unacceptable, so you can solve that problem by believing that they hate you, right? Oh, this person hates me. You might say, hey, that person, Vi is evil, right? You might really, really hate Vi because of your internal struggles, whatnot. Therefore, Jinx must hate Vi. Jinx must be there with you because Jinx needs to be protected because Vi hurt her last time. Vi left her. Oh, bro, move somewhere colder. Fuck, dude. The heat here is insane. Yeah, but he really does care about her in aspects like this. Have we seen regression in any of the characters so far? Have we seen an aspect of regression? Only 75 knocked. Yo, bro, that sounds amazing. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. Sucking your thumb, coloring kid-like images. La da 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 da. Little. Oh, dude, that sounds amazing. But this is why I'm bringing this up. Is these are aspects. These are huge aspects to take in. And of course, some people don't like defense mechanisms, but I'm telling you this: defense mechanisms aren't just like Freud. It's Anna Freud. It's 101 other. It's over 100 years since defense mechanisms have been sought after and looked into. There's a lot that goes into it. But looking at this show, wow, man, fucking wow. Well, hold on, there's more. We got to back it up just a little bit. I feel like I'm missing a lot in this. We're backing it up just a little bit. So her being in a position of power like this for a kid, what does this mean? What does this do? Let's talk about this. For a kid, being introduced into an environment of war, being taught that they must be both a fox and a wolf, what does that do to you? I'm going to be honest, it makes you very sly. It makes you try and understand, or at least keep that in the back of your mind, what that power is. I wonder why they don't show her face. That is a big question I do have with this, but also something that does appear is... Are there other mages? Or how many mages or magic people exist in this world? And I mean, like, they were created out of magic. I mean, like, literal mages or aspects of change through that. I know. Well, even in dream, hold on with her voice, because that's exactly it. Is why is she in shadow? That makes it even more of a question of that. Even if it's not a flashback, even if this is a shadow dream, you still have to ask that question, right? There are many though. Most are not in the power scale of the guy that saved Jace. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. But then having that dream and waking up next to Jace and seeing all of this happen, I wonder what like that general feeling is. Yes, just your alarm blaring, where you're waking up and are you doing what you thought you should be doing? Are you still in a position of power for yourself? Are you still being a fox or a wolf, or are you just being a fox? People with magic or people who understand and can't control it. Wow. Wow. All right, let's go to the opening. Are we going to get an intro without stopping? Are we going to get an intro without stopping? Wake up to the sound of the silence that allows for my mind to run around with my ear up to the ground. No, we're not. I wake up to the sounds of the silence that allows for my mind to run around with my... Is his book backwards or is it forward? Hold on. Called it. It's upside down, right? Yeah, but it's still reading Jace's book upside down. Oh, man. Okay. Someone reading knowledge and literally flipping it on its head. Whoa. While Jace is looking forward towards progress, he has to flip the knowledge that he gains to get a better understanding of himself. Ooh. Ooh. He's taking a different path. Silly Victor. He's taking a completely different path from Jace. Ear up to the ground, I'm searching to behold the stories that I told when my back is to the world that was smiling when I turned. All right, I ain't stopping it now. Oh, the misery. My enemy. All right, here we go. We did good. I think we analyzed all we can analyze for this opening. He'd lose control and stop on Ekko now that he's learned what happened to him in episode 7. No. We did good. We did good.
Sir, we've secured the area. I've got orders to escort you back into the city.
Oh, no, bro. Don't give in to the power of hate.
You all right?
Wow. Wow. Isn't that something, though? Where you can really tell who's used to... Oh, hold on. You can really tell who's used to the aspects of war and life out here. The reality of what's happening. She's okay with... She hasn't even reacted in her blink to all these dead bodies. The enforcers are used to this. We had Silko and his man completely being used to this because it's Silko and his man. But Jace, how far removed is he? Whoa. Yeah, he's seeing something with this. Oof. Oof. Take it a step further. What does this do? What does this do? If Jace takes any immediate action, he's going to get a lot of hate. If Jace isn't able to actually properly take the time to think and process this, there's going to be a lot of hate coming his way. If Jace decides to go full, like, enforcer mode and stomp out the lanes or do something weird like that, oof. Oof. Whether you say Jace has no good options at this point, I think Victor said it best. There's always a choice. There's always a choice. You know, so you have to be thinking about what steps you're gonna do and how you're gonna go ahead and think about, like, you know, what the next step should be, because if he just decides to immediately act on his emotions, it's all gonna go downhill.
Who lives here? Another counselor friend of yours?
We were so worried. Thank goodness you're safe.
And you found a stray.
This is Vi.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo. And you found the stray. Okay, I'm going to be straight up with you. Imagine Kate trying to sneak in a boyfriend or something back in the day, or a girlfriend or whatever. And every time her parents just like slamming in the door, guns pointing. Oh, God. Exactly. You found the stray. Another one.
From the Undercity.
So I see. Could we have a word, Caitlyn? In private.
It's not like she's in pain, you know.
You have to speak to the council.
Speak to the council. You understand you've broken several laws.
She was doing what she thought was right.
I'll take responsibility.
You're a councillor's daughter. Your actions reflect on the entire body.
My actions? You know what else reflects on the council? It's citizens living on the streets, being poisoned, having to choose between a kingpin who wants to exploit them and a government that doesn't give a shit.
Ooh. Speaking facts, dude. Holy shit. Yeah, ugh. And I mean, in a way, though. In a way. In my opinion, up until this point, he fucked everything. He fucked up everything. My big thing is, in a big way, though, how would it be like, and I can understand why Kate is trying to go ahead and rebel, i.e. in family's eyes, and do what she needs to do. Because if you live up in an environment where it's discontrolling, your actions reflect on your family. Everything you do reflects on everything that we built. How could you? You're a wanted criminal. You dare go outside and do this? You dare put my and everyone else's life in jeopardy because of you? You know, all of a sudden, all of this pressure, everything keeps adding up and adding up and adding up. And it goes into an era, into like quite literally an era of uncomfortability. This is wild. This is huge, man.
I'm sure our daughter could use some rest after her adventures.
Yeah, that is right.
I'll schedule an audience.
Thank you.
You and your friend can address the council yourselves. I'd suggest you prepare accordingly.
At least her mom is still there for her, though. Willing to go ahead and set up an audience and do what needs to be done. Don't commit felonies, a part of but how far is that gonna go? Oh no. Oh
Her
no.
injuries are severe.
You think I can't see that?
Oh no.
I believe I can save her.
No.
The process would be demanding.
No. No.
Death is a mercy.
Don't you fucking dare.
She can take it. And before I begin, I must know. Are you prepared to lose her?
To lose her?
Jinx! Jinx!
She
No.
won't die.
No.
Doctor, she can't.
Oh, Silko. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Please understand this is for your own sanity.
What the fuck are you doing, Doctor? Hey, yo.
Once had a daughter.
No. No. Oh no. Bro said don't. I know. Bro said don't interfere with his work. He's gonna fix her. Let's talk about this though. What aspect of Jinx is he gonna lose? What aspect of Jinx is going away? Now I'm terrified. I don't think it's prediction true until we see whatever he's gonna do to her happen. And I hope not. I hope that, like, I don't know, Vi finds her or Silko wakes up and does something, because I'm terrified. I'm fucking terrified. Where the fuck are we going, dude? That's why they did an arcade. Singed is your favorite champion. Oh man. Well, let's talk about this though, right? In a real perspective, and he's gonna use aromatherapy. Just breathe it in, breathe it out, right? In a real perspective, though, how far, like, you know, number one, would you be willing to carry a loved one for to get the appropriate medicine? And then the second thing is, would you be willing to stand there and see them change and or become a different person because of this medicine? Oh.
Silko isn't taking guests.
Not a problem. Wasn't here for him. Thought I might bend your ear. You know, when I ask my mates what Silko's up to, your name's first out of their mouths. Sevika is out in the harbor, or Sevika paid the knuckleheads a visit. You're a scary lady.
Oh, God.
Get to your point.
You run a tight ship, don't you? Except it's not your ship. It's his. And Jinx's.
This is your plan? Undermine Silko by making a half-assed play of my ego? Gotta hand it to you, Finn. Every time I think you can't get dumber, you dig a new low.
Let's be plain then. He's slipping. The Undercity's devolved into chaos, and somehow I get the feeling he isn't up there balancing booksheets. Jinx gets a whim. Suddenly his spine's made of jelly. And here you are, shoveling his shit. Ego is one thing, brains another. You aren't the only one dissatisfied with his performance. There's bigger fish than Silko.
However, what is Piltover gonna do when he's gone? He set up this huge foundation, and it's kind of the similar aspect as to what, like, we're gonna be honest, Heimerdinger, Vander, you guys are recycling or cycling through these leaders quicker than you're allowing them to establish an area of safety. So you think Silko is falling under the same traps of Vander through the lanes of leadership psychology? No. Here's why. Vander was pretty much trying to keep peace in between everything. Silko is still advancing his progress. In this comes from a moment of, it's called the great man theory. In psychology, we have different forms of leadership styles called leadership, like what is it, transformational leadership, transactional, situational leadership style, so on and so forth. Silko, from what we've seen, is a situational leader, right? Depending on the environment and the circumstances that happen, he switches from situation to situation to get things addressed. However, there's still a great man aspect behind him, i.e., behind the great man or great woman, there's like the strong leadership characteristics that come through with it, and therefore everyone must try and fall in line with it. That's where the flaw comes in. The flaw comes in where all of a sudden you expect like loyalty from everyone else, and still like you're seeing that they don't trust you, right? You're addressing situations that best adhere to you, but not to the entirety of the organization. You like once you start playing favoritism, your leadership style starts slipping, and it starts falling down the cracks because you're just favoriting this one individual rather than the group that you're trying to go ahead and lead and what you're trying to go ahead and accomplish. Through this, I will also say there's a lot of greed and there's a lot of usurping that's coming through with this. People trying to take power, people trying to say that they can lead better, but yet, as we've seen, without Silko, they would all be back in the same minds, but breathing the same air that they were in. I think when they lose Silko, it's like a big revolution that's happening in Piltover, in the lanes, and then between them, right? Fuck. Do I have paint? Hold on. I do have paint. Let's bring this up. We're doing this as a frame of reference, right? Which is, let's automatically imagine this, right? Oh, why is it not picking that up? Hold on. Blop. Circle. Right. So we have these two worlds. Are they perfect? Probably not. Oh, fuck that. Where's just my grabbing thing? It is what it is. You guys are gonna have to deal with it. Fuck it. I wish I had some better tools here, but whatever. We have the lanes. Right. We have Piltover. And this is sort of the in-between. Sorry if I spelled it wrong. It is what it is. So what I'm getting at is there's cross-change that's happening. I know, your eyes. There's literally cross-change that's happening where the in-between is affecting areas of Piltover, right? And areas of like Piltover and the in-between, the wars in-between are affecting everything else. The reason why I'm highlighting this and I'm not like going into other areas further is simply by looking at this. What does this mean? Every one of those circles is one of these. Every one of those circles has one of these at play. If we were to go ahead and put these in every single one of this, what do we have here? We have a situation where everyone is being affected quite literally by a bigger chiasm. So my belief, like, yes, there are these three circles of the Piltover, the lanes, and everyone in between with their own little circles running through. But there's a bigger format play here that no one is looking at. The reason why we're looking at all of this change that's happening overall is probably because of time. Probably because this is a much needed change that's been needing to go ahead and happen. However, is this a favorable change? No. I'm expecting chaos and I'm expecting war to come out of this. Because when everything starts working and everything is like rapidly changing, it can cause displacement. Displacement trauma can go ahead and equal, say, like rapid, like more motivative causes and whatnot. Whenever there's been a huge displacement incidents in real life, you always get, whether that's the displacement of a leader or the displacement of an individual or group or culture, whatever, you get a rapid response back to it. In Piltover, we're getting this. In the lanes, we're getting this. If Silko goes out of power or whatever, for whatever reason, you're going to see a huge amount of rage and whatnot start forming out of this and literally explode. It's like a nuclear bomb going off in all locations, and there's nothing that no one can do to stop it. That's why, like, for me, I'm looking at this, I'm like, Silko, yeah, well, Silko does care about Jinx and everyone and everything in between. Like, we can go ahead and look at it and, like, process it through this lens and be like, there's a lot of shit, a lot of moving parts happening. And even through all of this chaos and whatnot, they're thinking that the best time to usurp someone is now without realizing that there's going to be a strong pushback towards that as well. I'm scared for the person that comes into power after Silko, because whoever it is has a lot to deal with. Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
Elora, you didn't have to come out to meet me.
What are you doing here, Mother?
Can I not visit? I've heard stories of Piltover's hospitality.
You didn't sail halfway across the continent to sample the local cuisine.
It's been over a decade, Mel.
Since you banished me.
Such drama. I sent you here to oversee our family's interests and grow yourself, which you have.
You said perhaps your sentimentality will be more at home with those soft-spined idealists overseas.
You have your father's memory.
Don't try to ingratiate yourself with me.
Mel, I would be worried that you're about to be replaced. Mel, Big Mama is here. Big Mama was an agent of change for Mel, and she's here now. What does that mean? She's a big agent of change again. Mel, I would be worried about your position. I would be running, because if they sent you here and they sent you here as like an envoy for this thing, I would be terrified that they're here to replace you. Her mom probably heard of the news. The venom that's through this. Yeah. Fuck, dude. Like, even just the dynamics of like how everything is. I wonder how many people actually go to war with them and what that means.
Mel.
Or that.
Your brother's gone.
Hold on. Hold on. Anyway.
What happened?
He crossed the wrong man. I was distracted. That's a mistake I can't take back. Your Jace Talus has turned his eye to Hextech weaponry.
I knew it.
War is coming. You've let the...
Just saying, boys. Just saying. I had a similar intuition the moment that they said that. I was like, war is coming. Like, the only thing that they should do, though, is prepare. What's up, JK? How you doing? But this is why I want to highlight this, though, is in this true aspect, in this aspect of what is being presented, how much does pain and grief change a person? A lot. It also makes them sour. It can also make them very, very, like, if they haven't processed it correctly, grief turns into one of the most harmful forms of trauma out there if it doesn't get processed. Noxian Ed. No, I mean, it's obvious. Like, for me, it's like, yeah, you're in a weakened state. There's, like, internal strife happening. There's strife with the outside group. You've taken out the leader of your foundation. You're weak. You're weak.
The problems of your undercity festered too long.
Yep.
Piltover isn't like Noxus. War isn't our first and every recourse. I sponsored Hextech to protect the city, not burn it to the ground.
It's not conjecture. It's a fact. Weapons can't be unmade, and they are always used. I'm here to help guide you to the right decisions.
I don't need your guidance.
Ooh.
We'll see.
Miss Medarda.
Yes?
Yes? It's for me, dear.
Hey, yo. Is that Hal? Hal's moving blip. How? Ma'am. I know, Ma'am's over here like, hey, yo. I love the way she walks. And she does have a lot of authority. And the way that she speaks and the way that she presents herself, like, her authority is far outshines pretty much everyone else that we've seen. We've seen people try to be conniving with their words. We've seen people try to go to do certain things. With her, though, it feels like she just shoots straight, you know.
I'm off to sample the local cuisine.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. She's off to sample the local cuisine, guys. Oh no. Oh no, no.
We'll present our case to the council tonight.
Okay, and we're back. Yo. Man, okay, we're going right back into it. I do want to go ahead and back it up just a little bit because there's a lot of fucking juicy goodness in here. Like body language wise that we can pay attention to, right? So for the Noxians, I'm doing okay. I still have a little bit before I have to take off for doing my finals and stuff. Let's look at this body language right here. It tells a lot about Noxus in the form of imagery. Like, even coming in and establishing ourselves like this, right? Let's take a quick look at this. What is the inspiration, or how do they treat others? Is my main philosophy. We've already seen the way that she killed other people that like oppose them, right? Because they might like, you don't show no mercy, because if they leave, they'll go ahead and like rally up 1,000 people to come back. So they're ruthless. Her being here strikes me as already the first step, especially uninvited, for war. She's already calling it out. And she's already starting to dominate the local culture and cuisine there, if you know what I'm saying. So, through this as well, for Mel to be here, for this situation to be happening, she's been losing power. She's been losing power. Yes, she's really smart. Yes, she knows how to move in certain things. Jace is the head of the council. Now in comes in Big Mama here. And Big Mama is another form of power and control. Red is for Noxus, yeah.
Elora, you didn't have to come out to meet me.
What are you doing here, Mother?
Can I not visit? I've heard stories of Piltover's hospitality.
You didn't sail halfway across the continent to sample the local cuisine.
It's been over a decade, Mel.
Since you banished me.
Such drama. I sent you here to oversee our family's interests and grow yourself, which you have.
You said perhaps your
have.
sentimentality will be more at home with those soft-spined idealists overseas.
You have your father's memory.
Don't try to ingratiate yourself with me.
Mel.
In a big way, though. In a big way, let's talk about this. Because I'm seeing all the potentiality for Piltover's destruction. And I'm seeing all the potentiality for seeing Heimdall running around like, not again! Because if some major incident were to happen, say that another nation declares war, they're bringing in people. Heimerdinger, my bad. Heimdall. Heimerdinger, not Heimdall. If another nation were to like declare war or anything like that, let's be honest, and it's big and they're coming in, they're focusing attention, they're already bombing one another. What's to stop the Noxians from taking control? What's to stop the Noxians in the moment of a big strife to all of a sudden start attacking from, if there's more troops in here, to start coming out here?
Or that.
Your brother's gone.
Exactly. She's uninvited.
What happened?
He crossed the wrong man. I was distracted. That's a mistake I can't take back. Your Jace Talus has turned his eye to Hextech weaponry.
I knew it.
War is coming. You've let the problems of your undercity fester too long.
Piltover isn't like Noxus. War isn't our first and every recourse. I sponsored Hextech to protect the city, not burn it to the ground.
It's not conjecture. It's a fact. Weapons can't be unmade, and they are always used. I'm here to help guide you to the right decisions.
I'm here to help guide you to the right decision, Jace. I'm here for you, Jace. Let me lead you to the right choice. In comes Mama doing it to her as well. Oof, oof, oof. She blamed herself for her son's deaths. What's that mean? I mean, yeah, that happens a lot. Let's be honest here. When someone passes away, especially if you're a parent, you internalize a lot of stuff that may have happened to your kids. It's very much a common response from that, but at the same time, is grief stopping her from doing what needs to be done? I'm not seeing that, but I'm seeing someone that wants to go ahead and come through and guide Mel to the right decision. And I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, brother.
I don't need your guidance. We'll see.
Miss Medarda.
Yes?
Yes? It's for me, dear. I'm off to sample the local cuisine.
She's about to go peg every person she can. Oh, no. Holy shit, no. Oh my god. Wait a minute. Here we were.
We'll present our case to the council tonight.
You did all this yourself? Without even going down there? And I thought Powder could get obsessed.
What happened to her? It's not your fault.
When my parents were still alive, me and Powder used to share a bed like this. Except maybe half the size. We played a game where we pretended to be bigger and bigger monsters. So she would say, I'm a slug monster with venom for ooze. And I would say, well, I'm a slug eating crab with razor spikes. Sometimes I'd get carried away and she'd get scared. I didn't want her to start crying and wake my parents up, so I pretended to chase my own monsters away. I'd say, no monster's gonna get you when I'm here. Then a real monster showed up.
She was her safety spot. For Powder, yeah, dude, I'm on the verge of tears. I'm trying to hold back here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to hold back here in my heart. She was her safety. She was her home. Was. Oh man. That hurts. I love this imagery though, of like quite literally them laying down like this. It reminds me of that whole like yin yang concept, except for the fact that it's like blue and red. And very similar to the opening where the record player is turning and you have Vi and Jinx, you know. Wow. I'm blown away. Like, the way that this story unfolds. And yes, the dominoes are free falling a little bit, right? Jinx is being replaced. Even in the... Well, and that's the thing is, like, the dominoes are falling, right? The dominoes are free falling at the moment. Everything that's been set up is already starting to take its place. But through this, I will say, I know it reminds me of a cute interaction of like a bunch of kids in group therapy where one of them was like really scared of the dark, you know, and because bad things happen in the dark. And this other kid goes over and grabs her hand. It's like, it's okay because I'm here for you. Like, you know, like 7 years old, 6 and 7 years old, just being like, I'm here for you. I'll protect you. No one's going to get you, you know, that type of a thing. And like, you know, when the lights came back on, it was like a game of hide and go seek or something. You could totally tell they felt more safe in that home with the person that was like legitimately trying to be there. So Vi, being that secure base for Powder, huge.
And she'd get scared. I didn't want her to start crying and wake my parents up, so I pretended to chase my own monsters away. I'd say, no monster's gonna get you when I'm here. Then a real monster showed up. And I just ran away. I left her.
Oh. Hold on. Oh, God. Literally, Vi is transforming, letting her touch her face, and even grabbing her hand. Oh, God. No, fucking mean that. No. Senor Pinguino went flying. Senor Pinguino is gone. What the fuck? Oh no, dude. She's healing. Save Pinguino. Dude. No. You guys want me to save Pinguino? Someone's gonna throw up a poll. Can't inject. Well, congrats, you got it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I did not think that it would actually take this approach. I thought somebody would step in and try and save her, or an explanation or something for her. Like, whoa. With Jinx, do you want her to live or to die? I mean, but do I want to see her transform into maybe just, I don't know, a monster? Like, oof. Oh no.
You know, Powder, you're stronger than you think.
I'm so sorry, Powder. Your sister is Jinx. No!
I understand this must be painful. I'm afraid it will only get worse.
I think, I'm not going to lie to you guys. He's been, yeah, you're stronger than you think, has been in her hallucinations a number of times. Let's look at this. Right. Because for me, I think this is literally like her brain trying to kill off what semblance of innocence or whatever powder remnants remain in there. Legitimately. The hallucination starts, right? She's going through all of this. She's envisioning Vi there, shooting her, transforming into Kate, poking fun at her. This is something else altogether. Like, boom. It's older Vi killing off Powder. Powder hanging on to her little thing. Shoot. And it's Kate. Ooh. Oh man.
You know, Powder, you're stronger than you think.
I'm so sorry, Powder. Your sister is Jinx.
I'm so sorry.
You're stronger than you think.
I'm so sorry, Powder. Your sister is Jinx.
I'm so sorry, Powder. Your sister is Jinx. Yes! One where Ed became a Twitch partner. Exactly. It's Twitch Partner Saturday. It's been amazing. I appreciate y'all a ton. But like listening to these words over. Nock, thanks so much for the subs. Holy shit, dude. Thanks so much for the 5 subs. You're an absolute legend. Appreciate you, man. Holy bananas, brother. Holy bananas. Hey, yo. Guys, drop some Doritos. Drop some Doritos for Nock, please. Nock, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. You legend, you. Hippo, thanks so much for the follow, man. Appreciate it.
You know, Powder, you're stronger than you think.
I'm so sorry, Powder. Your sister is Jinx.
I'm so sorry, Powder. Your sister is Jinx. Gotta celebrate Ed when we can. Oh, thank you, mate. Appreciate it a ton. I'm so sorry, Powder. Your sister is Jinx. So yes, there's different lines, different dialogue lines from somewhere else, but your brain, this is what our brain does, right? Throughout the day, throughout whatever, our brain compiles information from what's happening all the way around, right? And catalogs it into things that we need to hear, or things that we want to hear, or even things that we don't want to hear, but the brain deems it important. I'm so sorry, Powder. Your sister is Jinx. Vi shoots Powder. So therefore, I'm wondering if she's even going to see Vi as a sister anymore. And also, is Jinx now in full control? Is Jinx now in full control? Is where my mind runs in. Vi shot Powder. I'm so sorry, Powder. Jinx, you know, your sister is Jinx. Vi calling her Powder, Kate calling her Jinx. Yeah. This is why I'm like, this is some beautiful stuff.
You know, Powder, you're stronger than you think.
Thanks so much, man.
I'm so sorry, Powder. Your sister is Jinx.
Shot happens, and then the relationship between both of them blossom. Whoa.
I understand this must be painful. I'm afraid it will only get worse.
Oh man. Yeah, Powder's biggest fear being replaced by his life, and she's seeing it over and over again. And she's encountered it firsthand. So all of a sudden, for Powder, one of her biggest fears is now reality. And all of a sudden, now you have to deal with this. For Powder, you have now just been replaced with Kate. What does that do to you? How does that make you feel? If you've ever been, okay, let's take it a step further. If you've ever been replaced in a friend group or anything like that, how did that make you feel? If you've ever been the black sheep in a family where people either don't see you or they blame everything on you, how does that make you feel? Take it a step further. If your loved one all of a sudden replaced you, oof. Silko, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I know you love her. I know this attachment is strong. But is the answer bad? No, that's up to you. Isolated and resentful, yeah.
What have you done? I saved her life.
I like how Daddy Silko's back at it again. Like, Daddy Silko immediately wakes up and he's like, where is she? What have you done? But at what cost, right? If Jinx died or something, I don't think he'd be getting up from that chair. I think if Jinx died, like, let's say that Silko was still able to wake up, we would see a beast, a literal monster, emerge from that. Hold on. ¿Qué pasó? People in around. Sorry. No, literal monster also in the lab. So this is why I'm highlighting this. I'm like, seeing this, seeing what's evolved from here, seeing what this is breaking my heart a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, and there's two reasons why. Number one, we're seeing a transformation of everything that's come through. All these dominoes, everything that's been building up. I feel like we're now at the place where, like, literally, we are placing the final card, and everything's about to start falling down. It's like all the building has already started to happen. We're now going to see one of this big would have killed Cinch if Jinx died. Oh, I feel like he would have destroyed everything. Like, Silko cares so much about Jinx that, like, one big aspect of this and everything goes down the drain. Like, ooh. For Heimerdinger, seeing all of this, seeing the fighting, like, actually being in the lanes and being isolated and being treated like, being literally sent away, or like him isolating himself like this, is he seeing what inaction has caused as well? Because he was doing what, like, Vander was doing a little bit with the inaction at present, right? Trying to lead peace through inaction at the time. Oof.
Look, watch it for a moment.
Oh, God.
Look, watch it for a moment.
Even just asking for help, or asking for Shimmer, or the return of Dinger. Wow. Seeing the unnoticed, because Heimerdinger has been up in Piltover for too long, not really seeing everything that's been going down here, not really seeing how everything's starting to affect down here. Wow. Oh.
Oh. Huh?
True, he did not attend the council. Oof.
this. Get away from her.
It was so cute, but all of a sudden now you're seeing the mistreatment and stuff happening there too. His trip to the lanes is the most productive thing he's done in who knows how long. Yeah, but it's something that needs to be done. Yeah, no, you saw the light leave my face, bro. Yeah, I was like, I'll be honest. I've experienced this a number of times, right? Where it might be because of situational cultural things or whatever. And it might be because of racism or whatever you want to call it. I don't want to say where it was at because I don't want to get like people flustered and whatnot. But quite literally, we're even being like doing group therapy out abroad, open, right? An open setting, maybe in the playground, you know, having all these therapists talking about like whatever. Let's just say that there's been times where some parents have been like, for example, I've heard this, not here. Get away. He's like, you know, he's dirty. He's dirty because he's brown. I've heard that once. I've heard it once like, oh, you know, like don't interact in this way, or like, you know, don't do this or don't do that, or don't say this. And it's like, they're kids. You guys are the ones that are teaching them these manners of what they're saying or what they're doing or how they're playing. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, when we take into consideration the way that we bring up in an environment like this, I understand because of safety needs, right? Safety needs and mechanisms in terms of like, you never know who to trust in a world like this, especially in the lanes. But at the same time, it's like, oof. Like, it can hurt a lot. And I think for Heimerdinger here, it's one giant wake-up call. It is one giant wake-up call to be in the situation and notice and see what is happening. I try hard not to be like her. Right. And that's exactly why we need to be open about things, and we need to be like, you know, talking about situations and stuff when things like this happen. Because in an environment like this, I can understand not necessarily being at the safest environment, and maybe there is some prejudice against Yordles or, you know, whatever race Heimerdinger is. But it's like, Oh, the small bye. Bye.
Oh, ingenious. Though these blades seem improperly pitched.
You're wrong. It's designed for the fissures. Air is denser.
Ekko lives. I was terrified. I was like, oh man, is Ekko really dead? But no, he lives. Wait. Is Vander still alive? Little boy and little man. Is Vander still alive? Hold on. Wait a minute. We all know that Shimmer helps people up, right? That Shimmer keeps... No. Oh, dude, let me hope. Let me hope. He's been cast to the Shadow Realm. Vander who? Oh, let me hope. I'm over here fucking hoping. I'm like, if Vander's still alive. Because realistically, one of the big moments that I'm thinking of is like, if Shimmer helps people heal, right, in mass quantities, I can only think of someone like kind of being on the verge of death then, and then Shimmer just reactivating everything and keeping you up and going. But probably not. Like, you're right, probably not. No copium today. It was an earlier form of Shimmer, probably. Man, fuck. Well, I'm glad Ekko's still alive, though. At least that's good.
Oh, are you all right, lad?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just sprained my ankle. Are you Counselor Heimerdinger?
It's just Heimerdinger now.
What are you doing on this side of the river?
Aww.
I wanted to offer my assistance to the citizens of the Undercity, but it seems I'm unwelcome.
Oh.
What is it?
we're having the exact same day.
That looks like more than a sprain. You need medical attention.
I have to get home. It isn't safe for me here. I don't know how I'm gonna get down there with my leg busted, and, well, you're holding my ride.
Heimerdinger and Ekko speaking to one another, would have never imagined this. I would have never imagined this in a million years. But yet the conversation between one another and them coming to an understanding and being able to talk and grow from it, my heart is like content and pure and amazed at the fact that like they managed to go and showcase so many things. For Heimerdinger, this is an appropriate wake-up call. This is a fantastic wake-up call for him to go and have. Like it's amazing for him to actually be there and be in a statement or a standing of understand, like a place where he can understand the situation and what's happening around, where not everyone is going to go ahead and be open to it. As Ekko another Victor and Chase, but he can do it right? I don't know, but I'm super curious as to where the doctor didn't just put some shimmer down Jinx's throat. There was a whole complex procedure involving injections and something with the bloody scalpel. Yeah. Hey, yo. Does Rudy have the camera angle here? Who's the camera person in this show? Hey, yo. Ma'am?
Do they teach military history at your academy, Mr. Tallis?
It's, Counselor Tallis. And I'm not sure.
The Elorian general, Sonam Palak, used to find ways to meet his enemies blindfolded. He said a man's mind hides behind his body. Somehow I doubt he ever tried this.
You're Mel's mom.
Among other things.
Among other things, hey, yo.
Squeeze, child. You won't break it.
I do have other matters, so if you'll excuse me.
The threat of the Undercity is real. Your leadership is impotent.
We may not be Noxus, but Piltover isn't as helpless as you think.
Who said anything about Piltover? The Council is the problem. The mind hiding behind the body. Navigating your current crisis requires expertise you lack.
Bro, I fucking love her. Oh my god. I might be a Noxian. I might be a fucking Noxian. I love her, dude. She's just very much calling out his bullshit, like, you know, in this, like, in a big way. She's bringing this up to light, and I think that that's what needs to be done. If we're being realistic, right? She needs to go ahead and call out sort of what's happening if she doesn't want to, or maybe she wants to take control, or so on and so forth. But like seeing this at play, man, that takes a lot of cojones. That takes a lot of balls to go up there and just to the leader of Piltover and say this. Like, she doesn't care.
Do you know what the success rate for senior academy inventors is? 3%. We're no strangers to failure. What makes this the city of progress is that we keep trying until we get it right. So thank you for your advice, Mrs. Medorda. But I have a city to run.
Wait.
Hey, yo.
I see why this province and my daughter have fallen for you. You have the passion of youth. I have experience.
Wee-woo, SpongeBob, I don't feel safe. Wee-woo, SpongeBob. Wee-woo. God, oh no. Ed has been converted into Noxian. Hardy, dude. Have you heard the tale of Darth Plagueis the White? But through that, like, just the way that she's approaching him, she does not fear this man. She has no fear, and she does not care about his boundaries. She's testing him in every way, shape, and or form, and he's falling right into the trap. Like, the holy hole. What's up, dude? Hi, what's up, Hinakyo? How you doing, Hina? I hope you're doing well. What's up, Hina?
I want you to succeed here, Jace. to grace the world with Hextech. But if you don't accept certain realities, I fear you'll end up like General Parlek.
Damn.
Slaughtered with your eyes closed.
I told you guys, she's literally testing him out as a leader. Letting someone in that close in your vicinity, right? For example, I'm doing good. Yeah, well, welcome on in. Appreciate you. We ain't going... Like, letting someone into this environment like this. That's all I got to say. Like, in my family, we have a rule, right? You let friends in within kicking distance. You let your best friends in within punching distance. Because you need to be able to go and defend yourself. You have to have a circle. You have to be able to go and defend yourself. You have to be able to go ahead and know that just in case someone comes in and tries to be able to go ahead and assert, punch you or whatever, you have to know what that safety boundary is, right? How to move and navigate certain situations. The way she just completely broke all of his boundaries, challenged him straight up, went over. She is literally a mommy dummy. Like, she is like Hina and all of her mommy dummy cosplay. Oh, Hina, no. I'm glad that you managed to come on in. Wouldn't backing out of her vicinity signal weakness? It depends on how you do it, Masters. If you just take a step back, right, because of her coming through, of course it's going to signal weakness. But if you're if you talk through it and you make it seem as though you're moving with the purpose, that's what's huge and that's what's important through it, right? Is the purpose behind your actions, not just necessarily backing up out of instinct, but there's a reason behind it.
3 of my suppliers have said they intend to delay shipments until fall to give things time to cool off.
We have greater concerns than a dip in profits. The sheriff betrayed us.
We need better information.
We need to act before anyone else gets killed.
Perhaps Marcus was operating independently. What could anyone in the Undercity offer him that he didn't have up here?
It's not what they offered him. It's what he had to lose.
Counselors, my daughter has a unique insight into our situation.
Thank you. Counselors, this is Vi. She was born in the Undercity. Even though we failed her in countless ways, she risked everything to show me what life is really like down there. People are starving, sick.
I'm sure she showed you what life was like down there. In more ways than the literal. Mel seeing her mother's influence. But no, if we're being realistic, and Vardo, just kiss already, right? Oh man. If we're being realistic, though, in a situation like this, yes, information, a whole new world. Information is valuable. Information is king. And I think in any situation, any environment that we're in. However, when presenting this information to this council that's already on the verge of action, I feel like this might just lead towards the worst. Now, Kith, Starberry, no, Starberry, no. Honestly, though, yes. What would this do in an environment like this? And I'm throwing this out there for you guys. If you guys were in a position of power, the other side is rebelling, do you take this into consideration, or would you more than likely move now with that information into more of an emotion-based response? Because I doubt they're going to give any time to think, and they're just going to act, because it's easier for people to act than it is for people to stop and think logically.
Perhaps Marcus was operating independently.
Plan to make a plan.
Anyone
You
in the
should.
Undercity offer him that he didn't have up here?
It's not what they offered him. It's what he had to lose.
Counselors, my daughter has a unique insight into our situation.
Thank you. Counselors, this is Vi. She was born in the Undercity. Even though we failed her in countless ways, she risked everything to show me what life is really like down there.
First off, cute. Really fucking cute. Second off, can we get can we modernize, can society get to the point where we actually have some amazing drip like this? If it's one thing I can go in and say is I like some of their outfits. I just gotta say, I think their drip is pretty nice, you know?
People are starving, sick, ravaged by Shimmer. They live in constant fear of the coordinated efforts of violent crime lords. One man leads these efforts, Silko.
We've done investigations of Silko. They yielded no such level of organization.
And who led these investigations?
Marcus, yeah.
What does the Silco even want from us?
He believes the Undercity should be independent. He calls it the Nation of Zorn.
What about these? Do you know who made them?
No. Well,
Her name is Jinx.
This Jinx has the gemstone.
Vi actually... This is adorable. Kate trying to restrain that information for Vi, and Vi finally accepting that it's Jinx. Holding her hands and stepping in for her. Man. Man. She got a partner and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, no, I accept who Jinx is now. Oof.
Then we have to go in by force.
That could trigger war.
There are good people down there.
Bad ones, too.
Even if we wanted to invade, they have Shimmer.
We have Hextech.
What happened to you?
We've been talking about talking for weeks now. They're still cleaning the blood off the bridge. When do we say enough is enough?
Jace, you don't know war. I do. It must be our last resort. There may be a diplomatic solution.
She's right.
What? You want to negotiate with him?
It may be the only way to avoid further bloodshed.
Bruh.
This is insane. Did you learn nothing? You can't talk to him. He hates you. Everything you stand for. He will never back down.
Enforcers, please escort them out.
Forget it. I remember where your fancy damn door is.
Enforcers. Make sure that they stay in this room and we give them the appropriate resources that they need to explain themselves with APA resources for this thesis presentation as we break them down. Enforcers, please don't take out these lovely ladies out of this room. They've come in here with important information and they actually know what it's like down there, you know, which you guys might be able to come up with a better plan than just go in there swinging, right? Like, she basically had no bad interactions with Jinx, and she's willing to see her get thrown in Stillwater. Yeah? One bad interaction. Yeah. But this is where we talk about, like, patience, right? And duplicity through that. So, for example, how many of you guys work in, like, making glass or any form of creative art? Genuine question. How many of you guys work in either painting or an art process or digital design or anything like that? Sounds good, Puppet Strings. Appreciate you. You're an absolute goat, man. An aspiring... Bro, everyone's an aspiring writer, Masters. But fair. So the reason why I asked this question is, what does it mean to fail and to relapse and whatnot? What does it mean to attempt to do something over and over and over again? I'm going to be honest with you. Your reliance, your patience is huge. The amount of patience that you have for a situation is important, right? It's an important skill to have. Vi hasn't had time to work on that. Vi was thrown in prison, where the only thing that she can do was literally wait things out, which, yeah, is a form of patience, but it's not a form of appropriate, like, I guess, appropriateness when it comes to, like, dealing with the situation. So dealing with something like that, Jinx is there. One interaction. She's been there for a long time. Probably her perspective is skewed as to how things might work. Vi is, yeah, essentially. And instead of blaming it on Silko, all of a sudden Jinx is the problem. Oof. But it needs to be addressed, and I think that's the big aspect. Wow.
Why? Wait! Where are you going?
I don't know. Back where I came from? Seems like that's what everyone up here wants.
I can fix this.
You can't.
This is how things are, how they've always been. I was so stupid to think it could change.
There must be something else we can do. Some other way. We'll make a new plan. We have to try.
We tried, okay? It wasn't enough. Top side and bottom, oil and water. That's all there is.
What about us?
Hey, yo. Hey,
Oil and
yo.
water. Wasn't meant to be.
Hey,
You've
yo.
seen her. Do yourself a favor, Cupcake. Go back to that big, shiny house of yours and just forget me, okay?
You really think she's gonna forget you, Cupcake? You really think? I know what a. You went to the council once. They were like, nah, and immediately this is showing her frame of thinking, right? Nothing's ever gonna change. That schema's reinforced, so on and so forth. I have to break from you, otherwise I'm gonna get attached. Isn't it interesting? When she starts getting attached, when something doesn't go her way or something goes away, she runs. She runs. Vi has the action of quite literally, and intentionally or unintentionally, of like, you know, a situation gets tough, fight or flight happens, and she flies. She'll fight if she has to, but if the scenario's already towards the point where she didn't want a war with the lanes, but not a diplomatic solution either, right? Did she even know what she truly wanted? I think she wanted more than just strategic, like diplomatic action. She actually wanted individuals to be able to go and see what was really happening, or maybe put an end to Silko in that environment. Just Silko himself, without realizing that the lanes are already influenced by a majority of what Silko is doing. But through that, whoa. This cutting ties and going. I have a feeling Cupcake's not going to give up. Cupcake might go after you. You and Cupcake belong to one another. Cupcake's like, hey, yo, what about us? Hopefully. If not, then this is just going to turn into total chaos. With that being said, though, whoa, ladies and gentlemen. Holy shit. This show is spicy, man. This show has a lot, and like we're already starting to see all the, like everything start like falling into place, and we're gonna go in a little bit deeper in just 1 second though. But that's wild. That is, my brain trembles. Because that is so beautifully done. Like in the aspects of what the show is like showcasing, and the characters' growth, and the fact that like Jinx is going through whatever Jinx is going through, and all of these characters, like the dominoes are falling. What is episode 9 going to go and hold? We are 23 minutes in, and we're probably going to start at like a little bit beforehand. And the fact that they never looked into Marcus and a lot of other things, like phenomenal fucking show, ladies and gentlemen. Even after that fucked up that killed Grace, yeah, they never thought until it. So through that though, because this episode is just steamrolling through. What does a breakup like this look like for both of them? Separation, whatever. What does this do for both of them? Let's be honest. If they were starting to rely on one another and be vulnerable with one another, that cut ties, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt, and it's gonna lead towards, again, a state of rupture and repair process. Or if they come together, it might be stronger, yeah. But if that separate, it might be a lot harder. So I have a feeling that this relationship is not done. It's just a rupture and repair process that's going to be happening. But through that also comes what happens with Jinx. What happens with Jinx if Jinx is not able to go ahead and like confront her sister accordingly in an appropriate way? Can she kill her sister? Can Vi kill Jinx? Man, there's a lot of amazing questions. There's a lot of amazing things. But ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, this is the end of part 1, because we are doing part 2 probably on Friday and the beginning of episode 9, the way that this one's going. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Give me a hell yeah. Give me a hell yeah. We're starting with at the 19 minutes. We're starting at the 19-minute marks. Guys, drop me a hell yeah. Drop me all the Doritos and we'll start right back into it, ladies and gentlemen, with part 2. Yes, we are starting a little bit behind just so that I know where to go ahead and start. All right, 19 minutes. There we go. Okay. Wait, we got to back it up now, brother. There we go. Hell yeah. All right, let's go. Hello, Biscottus. All right. We need volume for this. And you guys need to be able to hear it. Let's go.
It seems I'm unwelcome. What is it?
We're having the exact same day.
That looks like more than a sprain. You need medical attention.
I have to get home. It isn't safe for me here. I don't know how I'm gonna get down there with my leg busted and, well, you're holding my ride.
Hold on. I just noticed something. Hold on.
Oh, ingenious. Though these blades seem improper.
Is the volume low for you guys? All right. Hold on.
Pitched.
You're wrong. It's designed for the fissures. Air is denser.
Oh, are you all right, lad?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just sprained my ankle.
This is interesting. This is actually really, really interesting. So in this shot, immediately, we have Heimerdinger in the light and Ekko in the dark. We have Heimerdinger wearing a cloak that is very much resemblance of like how Ekko was dressed up, you know, coming through with this whole aspect. It's sort of the similarity of things going through with this, right? Piltover, the lanes in Piltover, so on and so forth. It's showing this distinction, and through this, I can't help but to think how similar their paths have gone, right? In a way that like they're now both down here, right? Psychologically speaking, we bond through grievances, through issues, through moments, through time. In noticing this, it makes me wonder for these two characters, especially Heimdall, finally being treated at least with a little bit of openness when he's been treating with nothing but like he's seen the hostility that the lanes may have. They are eye to eye, while most from above. Yeah, talk above high. Exactly. So that's why I'm saying is for me, like they're actually meeting eye to eye. They're there in this environment where it doesn't feel like one has power over the other, and they're both in situations that they're trying to understand the world around them, right? Ekko trying to go ahead and understand the world around them and what's happening and why, and him trying to take action, that whole thing. Heimerdinger coming into the lanes and trying to go ahead and understand sort of what went wrong, what's truly happening. Both of these characters combined can be a deadly duo. And I'm kind of curious if this is going to be like the link of a friendship that may start. The same type of friendship that we have for like Jace and Victor. Is this where this is going to go ahead and go? You know, we're having the same day or whatever the quote was. Right. It feels like we're both having the same day.
Air is denser.
Oh, are you all right, lad?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just sprained my ankle. Are you Counselor Heimerdinger?
It's just Heimerdinger now.
What are you doing on this side of the river?
I already know people are...
Oh, ingenious. Though these blades seem improperly pitched.
This actually reminds me of my current GPU, my CPU fans. Not my CPU fans, but just my fans up top. Whoa. Oh, man. Ekko's downplaying his injuries a little bit. Yeah, he just took a grenade or something.
You're wrong. It's designed for the fissures. Air is denser.
Oh, are you all right, lad?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just sprained my ankle.
So this is what I find impactful about this and why I keep repeating it. And it's in both ways. Number one, how is Heimerdinger hurt? Let's talk about this. How is Heimerdinger hurt? Let's open this up a little bit. Anyone? How is Heimerdinger hurt? His status is down. What else? Heimer was betrayed, yeah? He was rejected, absolutely. Called him out on his shit. He lost his position, yeah? Has been emotionally betrayed by his student. He was shown his failure. And even highlighting this, he went to go and verify that failure, right? So he's been rejected. He's been pushed out. If you've ever been in a position like that, what does that do fundamentally? For a lot of people, Aurelion, I think he might feel like he let himself down to be blind to all this. Right. He went to the lanes and finally saw like what's happening there. There's dislike on both sides. But through this, number one, if you've ever been rejected by a friend group or like rejected by a partner or anything like that, what is that for you? You feel ashamed. There's concepts of shame that come through with this. And you try, for some people, they go into a soul-searching mode where they try and search what they did wrong. Where did I mess up? What did I do? Am I deflecting? Raccoon, thanks so much for the raid. Appreciate you. How you doing, Raccoon? I am staying hydrated. Appreciate you, though. But what does that mean? If you've been rejected before, what spiral did that take you in? And this doesn't even have to be like a romantic rejection, just a rejection nonetheless. Gary, appreciate you coming on in here. What's up, dude? I'm doing okay. Getting ready for this deep dive that we're doing for Arcane. I'll be honest. When I got rejected by a friend group, it took me a while to find out why. I questioned myself. My self-esteem was affected a little bit. I was like wondering, where did I go wrong that I am not being invited to things anymore? Did I say anything wrong? No, I think I was pretty much quiet about things. Did so on and so forth. You start questioning your actions and why and whatnot. And for people, they go searching. Heimerdinger coming in this environment, that's huge. Ekko, on the other hand, he has just faced off with Jinx. What does that mean? Yeah, you seek validation through other people. Jinx or Ekko is hurt. Ekko is hurt. Ekko is without his mask. Ekko is vulnerable. And let me go ahead and clarify this. Vulnerability is not weakness, boys, girls, everyone in between. I want to clarify this because there seems to be some people that think that vulnerability equals weakness. No. Vulnerability is the ability to allow yourself to be open, right? Open to, number one, growing. Open to, yes, being hurt. Open to allowing yourself and others for you to express yourself to who you truly are. And that's, how do we define weakness? Weakness in general. So, for example, if you start defining vulnerability as weakness, you are defining, like, it is structuring a cognitive distortion. Because it is structuring that you cannot be vulnerable with others because you are weak. Therefore, you must embrace a mask that you have. You know? So that is exactly why I will never go ahead and say, if anything, being able to be vulnerable is so difficult, it requires so much trust. Yeah. And here's the thing. We do get hurt when we're vulnerable, right? This is how we learn. We get hurt. We close off a little bit. We do whatever our defense mechanisms are. And then we come right back into it. And we learn and we analyze and we start evolving past that. I play video games. I use elements as a boss is vulnerable and weak to. So what is vulnerability in a video game? Let's start with that. What is vulnerability in a video game? Vulnerability in a video game is what people are open to, right? People, or what you can go ahead and do damage with. How people can go ahead and like in many cases. In psychology, vulnerability is the ability for you to be open to others, open to, number one, trusting others, open to being yourself, open to sharing your story, also open to being hurt. Because at the end of the day, how do we grow? In life, we don't grow unless we face the challenges that are presented with us. If like literally, you know that you're going the right way in life if you're encountering these bosses in your life. If you're encountering the ups and downhills of your life and you're coming through them and still trying to progress forward. If life is going too easy, what is life then at that point? Are you living a life or are you just automating through life? Extra damage. But no, this is why I'm highlighting this, and I'm highlighting this in the aspect for Heimerdingers. I thought I glitched for a second. Holy crap. I hope not. I hope not. Hold on. We've been having this problem with glitching earlier on stream, so I'm trying to make sure it doesn't. Anyway, for Heimerdinger specifically, seeing this moment and Ekko trying to go ahead and be this way, be vulnerable, be open like that. Todo viene el video. Okay. Kind of like, are you living or existing? Exactly. Are you living or are you existing? And also, you have to be vulnerable in order to advance, to grow, to form relationships, form genuine relationships. Because then the question becomes this, right? And you can ask Heimerdinger or Ekko this. Do people love you or do people love the mask of you? Do people truly respect you or do people respect the mask of you? You are the founder of this city. That's the mask, right? So it's allowing people to get past your boundaries to have connections. Exactly, Passy Sucker. Vulnerability is allowing people to get past certain not all boundaries, but at least the strictest boundaries that you have, right? In terms of like the outer layer of boundaries that you have, so that they can get to a position where you're able to go ahead and be open to that. It matters because then at the end of the day, are you even being true to yourself? We all have masks. We all wear masks at the end of the day. I think it's important to go ahead and be open about this, right? Even now, I have the mask of a streamer or of a content creator, whatever, right? You have the mask of a student, of whatever. We all wear different masks. But at the end of the night, if you're not able to go home when you're in bed and take off that mask and just be you, oof. Are you trying to fool others or are you trying to fool yourself? And that is one of the biggest questions to do that. The mind hiding behind his body. Yeah. The difference is well, we can get into that, Cross Stevens, but essentially through a psychology lens, you can look at 101 references on why masking behavior is a cognitive distortion and why masking affects mental health, and how even alluring yourself into a mask is sort of like allowing yourself to putting yourself on a pedestal or a paradigmatic distortion that you want to love this mask of yourself that you've put up, and you want others to love the mask that you've put up and not your real self. So that's an interesting aspect through that. Dama being like, oh no. But for this, it's specifically for Ekko and Heimerdinger. What are they seeing for themselves and how are they going to like relating to one another? Seeing this is blowing my mind, right? The mask is never truly a part of you since it's still an act. Seeing the way that they're like talking to one another, they're chill, they have different power imbalances, but yet Heimerdinger corrects himself or corrects the statement that he's counselor Heimerdinger and just says, "Oh, I'm just Heimerdinger now." Huge.
Are you Counselor Heimerdinger?
It's just Heimerdinger now.
What are you doing on this side of the river?
I wanted to offer my assistance to the citizens of the Undercity, but it seems I'm unwelcome. What is it?
We're having the exact same day.
We're having the exact same day. Oh, dude. How's your jerk in the box? Delicious, actually. Thank you.
That looks like more than a sprain. You need medical attention.
I have to get home. It isn't safe for me here. I don't know how I'm gonna get down there with my leg busted and, well, you're holding my ride.
Okay, I'm gonna ask a serious question here, and yeah, he does have great communication skills. Aerof, thanks so much for the lurk, appreciate it. Why do people hate Heimerdinger? I want to learn as well. This is my opportunity to ask very real questions to understand the characters better as well. So it's not just a one-way street here. But why do people hate Heimerdinger? I don't. They fear he's out of control and too old. They hate him, I feel, because he's someone who would not make progress and stay safe. Heimer is going against what others want to do, probably because of ignorance. Yeah, he's not pragmatic to the situations in reality. I understand Heimerdinger due to his ability of immortality. It's a blessing and a curse, yeah. He's basically the council. Here's the thing. I fear something big coming out of this, right? Heimerdinger represents, let's be honest, the system that was set in place. Heimerdinger represents a system that was set in place, right? Cross says he has very specifically and actively avoided thinking about the Undercity, the meeting between the council and the sheriff. He wasn't there. The Progress Day bombing, meaning he wasn't at the table at the Undercity discussion. Well, this is what I'm saying. If you could live to eternity, how much is 10 years for you? How actively involved are you? If you could live to eternity in a setting like this, what is 10 years to you? What is 20 years to you? How does life have meaning for you? And even in this regard, because I'm highlighting this, I'm going to play devil's advocate in this regard, right? And talking about this as a way to understand Heimerdinger. Absolutely nothing. Yeah. Let's take it a step further, which is, okay, Heimerdinger completely avoided the problems that were present there. He knew that there were, everyone knows that there are issues in the lanes and you think you're taking care of them. But he just completely ignored it because he said, I'll take care of it someday, or it'll get taken care of, or it's doing good, right? So let me ask you this. How many of you guys are actually taking care of your mental health issues? How many of you are aware that you may have a mental health issue and are actively taking part in therapy or going to things to go and take care of them? Or are you just I'll put it off to another day. It's okay. I'm working them on my own, or so on and so forth. Or how many of you have a dirty room and you've been placing it off for a long time as well, and you're like, oh no, I'll go ahead and clean it later. I'll clean part of it. So on and so forth. I do exercise. I just cleaned it. I tried therapy a few times. Yeah. As Heimer said, a decade slips past you in the blink of an eye. Yeah. Yeah. Given that it's his own health, not his own room, it's a large population of people suffering. Cross staves, what I'm referencing specifically is due to importance and of time. Specifically to do things that are important to you that you know are fundamentally important in your own regard, i.e. your own health, passage of time, and how a lot of individuals go ahead and don't take care of it until it's very blaring situations that pop up. And sometimes it's hard. It's hard to go ahead and address these issues, right? But the things are slow are an insidious color for me. Yeah. It's basically a leader's job to focus on, to be the focus of the blame when things go bad, not necessarily fair. But that's how it is. That's how it is. But highlighting this, though, the problems of the Undercity weren't sudden and violent. They were slow and creeping. Yeah, well, highlighting this, there are people dying and suffering around him in a society that he built. You don't really get a pass on it for that reason. No, but the thing is, we're not here to go ahead and judge a character for their actions. They're a character. We're here to understand why they made the decisions that they made and how you can go ahead and come into an understanding of why you can go ahead and miss things, important aspects. Missing your partner. A lot of people have missed their partner's birthday, anniversaries, so on and so forth, because of other things that presented to them. Because other things that were more of a priority to them or that life was going by too quickly, that their mind could not focus on what needed to actually be important or focus on, you know. Slow and creeping and immortality makes it impossible to recognize change. Oof. Oof. I'm glad, Blade Dragon. I'm glad. I will absolutely always suggest, guys, if you guys need therapy, go get therapy, go get help. There are lots of mental health professionals around your area. I'm sure they can go ahead and give you the amount of love and support that, that you need from there. The issue is he's not human, so he can't be leading humans. Okay. That's an interesting thing there, is because he's not a human, he shouldn't be leading humans. So would it have been fair in a society like this to go ahead and say that, like, if he had someone under him to watch the lanes, like Jace or Victor or someone that reported to him, would that have been a better solution, where that person was the individual in charge of the lanes? Yeah, I was also going to say that, Masters. I don't think the city is just of humans, right? Exactly. But anyway, with that being said, it's interesting. It's an interesting discussion. And on the other hand, let's flip it, right? Let's go ahead and flip it, because we're trying to understand the character. Let's flip the perspective here. What happens if you got a really bad cut that's infected? You were running around, you were playing in a plank of wood, and you got like a cut and it got infected a little bit. What do? Arcane provokes so many thoughts. Yeah, it's amazing. And it's amazing frame of reference. Most people would go to a doctor, go get that checked, clean the wound, whatever they need to do. Heimerdinger, unknowingly, due to whatever, let this fester. And this kept on festering. And this got to a point where, first aid, ER for that tetanus shot. And it got to a point where it's too much, right? It's too much for him to go ahead and handle by himself. So, there are two things I'm afraid of. Number one, epochs of sudden change. Historically speaking, sudden change is not always necessarily good. Sudden change can be explosive in the environment of whoever tries to come in next. If they're not prepared, it can be such an explosive turnover that quite literally everyone's like, where's the people that were here before? We thought that we had it bad, but the people that were here before were amazing. They at least treated whatever, right? If there aren't the proper steps enabled after Heimerdinger for Jace and the council to properly take care of the people, this shit's about to explode internally. It's about to be like a big bomb in between everyone, where they don't have the appropriate steps and care needed for the lanes, needed for the people there to be able to go ahead and start surviving on their own. And they have to be able to delegate. Yeah, exactly.
Do they teach military history at your academy, Mr. Tallis?
It's, Counselor Tallis. And I'm not sure.
The Elorian general, Sonam Palak, used to find ways to meet his enemies.
I think this scene speaks everything. I'm not going to lie to you. I think this scene pretty much speaks everything. Let's look at the power dynamics here. What do we know that she values? Almost immediately. Look at the drawings, right? Where are they pointing to? The paintings. All the staffs, the spears, pointing at Jace. This painting could have been done in any other way. Yes, this is probably a reflection of the story that she's telling. But also, the spears, all the spears are heading directly to him. It's also like immediately, this framing is beautiful, right? You get told a lot by this one shot, which is number one, military, even in this bath, in what's supposed to be a vulnerable state, right? And what's supposed to be like, when individuals are naked, a lot of people say that they're the most vulnerable, right? But like, there's a strong military guy right there, clearly, overseeing things. She has her lover boy or lover guy behind her, concepts of war, concepts of what they find relaxing or self-care, right? The guy, the bath, the Jace not being able to go ahead and even like take a step forward, even though he is the head of the council or he is a council member in here. Like, he's being watched like a hawk. Showing off her strength. It could be, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Ambessa is naked physically, but she is stripping Jace down mentally. And this is why I find beautiful about this, right? Comfortable elements having thematic things relevant to things. Well, this is what we're getting at. Is she's naked, but who's truly naked in this scene? She's naked. She's getting this thing, being romanced on, whatnot. But who truly is the one that is being stripped down? The fact that she invited Jace here to talk. Exactly. The power dynamics are flipped here. Yeah, bro, you're right. What's up, man? How you doing? Mate? How you doing, mate? Jace is in a power position where he's under her. It's like a little schoolboy coming in to be reprimanded by the teacher. Oh, no worries, dude. No worries.
He said a man's mind hides behind his body. Somehow I doubt he ever tried this.
You're Mel's mom.
Among other things. Squeeze, child. You won't break it.
I do have other matters, so if you'll excuse me.
The threat of the Undercity is real. Your leadership...
Look at that. Even the sudden glance from here, right? I do have other matters to attend to. She doesn't withhold. The guard also stares at him, and I'm kind of wondering, was the guard ready to interfere?
So if you'll excuse me.
The threat of the Undercity is real. Your leadership...
I feel like the guard already knows what type of a leader he is. I just looked at the video. There were 5 council members on the council room. Damn. Looking at him, dude, it's just like an immediate action, immediate call. My man just looks at him and understands what type of a person he is off of the fact that he's not willing to do as he says, right? Is it Noxians, right? Because this is what they are. They're people of their word. I'm assuming that it's very much like you say what you mean and you mean what you say. Battle prowess is probably king. It's how you determine who you are. I'm assuming a lot of other elements like this, like dying in battle is dying in glory or something along these lines. Correct me if I'm wrong, chap. But I'm looking at this and I'm like,
Squeeze, child. You won't break it.
I do have other matters, so if you'll excuse me.
The threat of the Undercity is real. Your leadership is impotent.
We may not be Noxus, but Piltover isn't as helpless as you think.
Who said anything about Piltover? The council is the problem. The mind hiding behind the body. Navigating your current crisis requires expertise you lack.
Do you know what the success rate for Senior Academy inventors is? 3%. We're no strangers to failure. What makes this the city of progress is that we keep trying until we get it right. So thank you for your advice, Mrs.
Jace is getting heated. He's already lost. And Jace's his standard speech that he presented at the beginning is very different the way that he's speaking now. If we're in an argument, right? If we're in an argument and I'm like, you know what? I really believe that you're, if we look at reference, blah, 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 this is what you should go ahead and look at. And if you're like, well, you're wrong. And I'm like, yeah, well, Noxians do fighting the war. Like, they believe in this. Right. No, right. All of a sudden, I'm starting to show signs that I'm being triggered. All of a sudden, it shows signs that, hey, you've gotten to me in a way that I was not prepared for. And I can't necessarily keep my cool when you're challenging aspects that I firmly believe in that way. Yeah, he's agitated.
Body. Navigating your current crisis requires expertise you lack.
Do you know what the success rate for Senior Academy inventors is? 3%. We're no strangers to failure. What makes this the city of progress is that we keep trying until we get it right. So thank you for your advice, Mrs. Medorda. But I have a city to run.
Sounds good, Cargrove. No worries.
Wait. I see what.
And the fact that he waited. My man is a counselor. And in a way, just like Mel can get Jace wrapped around her finger, so too can her mom. Oof. Oof. Heimerdinger is a scientist, not a politician. Gotta give... Yeah, the voice acting here is phenomenal. But this is... I'd like to remain up to speed with the video. Sure. I'm an hour late, so I assume I've only missed 7 minutes of the show. Oh, man. But this is specifically... I want to go ahead and highlight this. He's been stopped twice from exiting. As a leader, in presentations and whatever, do what you mean what you say, right? If my man is not able to go ahead and follow through, that means that he's able to go ahead and be convinced. Granted, he is a man of research, he is a man of logic. However, I'm afraid of the Noxians being here. I'm afraid of the manipulation that may come from this. I'm afraid that if anyone dies, these people might try and take charge of the entire city. I'm afraid of war coming through from this. I'm afraid of her setting up her daughter to die, if I'm being honest with you, as a triggering event to get Jace to go ahead and get to use the Noxians. I'm afraid of a lot of things here. And this comes just from the way that she's slithering around him and he's just letting it happen. Let's go ahead and continue, ladies and gentlemen.
I see why this province and my daughter have fallen for you. You have the passion of
Let's
youth.
go.
I have experience.
Oh.
I want you to succeed here, Jace. To grace the world with Hextech. But if you don't accept certain realities, I fear you'll end up like General Parlek. Slaughtered with your eyes closed.
I really do fear that she's here. We know that she's here for ulterior motives, but like the way that she's slithering in here and the way that she's using, the way that she even placed her hand and was able to go ahead and bring him in, she has power and control. Let's be honest. What can be a starting incident for Jace? Let's be 100% honest with each other. What can be an incident that triggers Jace to doing something stupid? It's so ironic that Heimer's worldviews was rejected by Jace because of the realities on the ground, and now Jace's worldviews are being rejected because of the same reason. Also, isn't it interesting, when Heimer was in charge, at least for the first couple of episodes, they weren't here. Jace is in charge. They appear. Just saying, that's a little interesting. Ninetales. Ooh, okay.
3 of my suppliers have said they intend to delay shipments until fall to give things time to cool off.
We have greater concerns than a dip in profits. The sheriff betrayed us.
We need better information.
We need to act before anyone else gets killed.
Perhaps Marcus was operating independently. What could anyone in the Undercity offer him that he didn't have up here?
It's not what they offered him. It's what he had to lose.
Counselors, my daughter has a...
Seeing this I feel like I might do a whole analysis on Vi. I might literally do a whole analysis on Vi, the same way I did for I in Oshinoko. I want you to look at Vi's eyes and tell me, what do you see from this?
What could anyone in the Undercity offer him that he didn't have up here?
We see that Jace is still being affected by what was being told to him by the,
It's not what they offered
Noxians.
him. It's what he had to lose.
Counselors, my...
I'm going to tell you straight up. Vi is immediately scouting for danger. Vi is looking at everyone, seeing where they are, what they do, who's a threat, who's not a threat, so on and so forth. These are the eyes of, a lot of people, especially if we worked in group settings, or doesn't matter if you've been a case manager, social worker, whatnot. whenever you have individuals that come out of the system, right, and they come into a group setting, the first thing that a lot of people see and do in an environment like this, eyes like this. She walks into this meeting with resentment towards the council. It's also scanning. Am I frozen? I hope I'm not. She does not trust anyone in the room except Kate. She's in enemy territory. She is in enemy territory. Seems good. She's ready to fight. It's that fight or flight sequence that comes in. And I think that's I think that's a big moment there is when fight or flight kicks in, when we're in an environment like this, are we truly trusting of everyone? Are we really out there being like la da 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 da? Takes a lot unless you have some really good self-coping mechanisms. But seeing the way that she's looking around, it's one of those systems where you already know she's like, no one's gonna believe us. This and this is happening. This is my only hope. Look at these people. They don't even really know what's going on in there. A lot of thoughts come racing towards your mind. And I love the fact that they took the time, because sometimes in anime, you don't really get to see this. It's very rare when you get to see a moment for a character grow.
With your eyes closed.
Even like the drip of sweat there.
And my daughter have fallen for you.
Or backing up because
You
it's a
have the
good
passion
thing.
of youth. I have experience.
Like even the way that Jace is in this position, the drips of sweat on his forehead. He's in a power under. She's naked in front of him, pulling him in, whispering into his ear. I'm sorry, Jace. I'm sorry, Jace. Oof.
I want you to succeed here, Jace. To grace the world with Hextech. But if you don't accept certain realities, I fear you'll end up like General Parlek. Slaughtered with your eyes closed.
Beautiful. The little drip of sweat coming through. Amazing. Amazing job to all the animators. Here we go.
3 of my suppliers have said they intend to delay shipments until fall to give things time to cool off.
We have greater concerns than a dip in profits. The sheriff betrayed us.
We need better information.
We need to act before anyone else gets killed.
Perhaps Marcus was operating independently. What could anyone in the Undercity offer him that he didn't have up here?
It's not what they offered him. It's what he had to lose.
Even the simple interaction. Look at this. This is why I'm saying these characters are so well thought out that even their forms of walking are thought out in the different environments. Even the way that they present themselves are completely drawn in a realistic way. I want you to pay attention to where they're looking.
Perhaps Marcus was operating independently. What could anyone in the Undercity offer him that he didn't have up here?
It's not what they offered him. It's what he had to lose.
Okay, what's standing out to me, she's looking down and looking at all of them. Her head is up high. She's confident in this, right? She's confident in this. Walking up tight, she's more like slouching down, looking at everyone. That fight or flight mode is kicked in. Beautiful shit that like the animators must have taken into consideration going through all of this. Like, whoa.
Counselors, my daughter has a unique insight into our situation.
Thank you. Counselors, this is Vi. She was born in the Undercity. Even though we failed her in countless ways, she risked everything to show me what life is really like down there. People are starving.
Aww.
Sick,
Oh.
ravaged by Shimmer. They live in constant fear of the coordinated efforts of violent crime lords. One man leads these efforts. Silko.
We've done investigations of Silko. They yielded no such level of organization.
I do wonder though, because if Silko was able to go ahead and influence so far up, do you think that he has his hands with some of these council members as well? I.e., I can... Oh, yeah, which is why I love this scene. Isn't exactly an unbiased source of information. Because that's sort of what I'm thinking. I'm like, if Silko, seeing the way that he is, he probably has some sort of influence with some of these members as well. Because corruption spreads, and corruption spreads towards higher and higher parts. He added the enforcers in his hands. He did. He did. He at least got members of the enforcers. He got some members of the enforcers, absolutely. That's why I'm like, this is probably a more growing and convoluted plot than what it seems like at the forefront, right? I have business with that. Yeah. So, understanding this, is it towards their benefit to admit what may be going on? I feel like he hasn't ever met with them directly, but the council probably has advisors and servants, and he definitely has people among them. Right. But Anders, even through that, like, if he has, if there are servants and whatnot that have worked at Silko in the past, how do we get influenced? Right? How do we get influenced? We get influenced by the people that we hang around. So, them being servants, them being people that you get to hear talking in the background, or people that you're interacting with, your perception starts skewing in that direction. Therefore, in an indirect way, Silko probably has a small influence there. At least some of the council members definitely know what's going on. I think Silko got lucky with Marcos, but the council issues are simply their own incompetence to play with. Silko's corruption might not have anywhere near the kind of money that would move the council's level of corruption. I think what Silko had been doing the entire time, though, is showing that it's more than just a small little thing. Yeah. Some people know, but not any other counselor. Hola, ¿cómo estás? How you doing, Sad?
And who led these investigations?
What does the Silko even want from us?
He believes the Undercity should be independent. He calls it the Nation of Zorn.
What about these? Do you know who made them?
No. Well,
Her name is Jinx.
This Jinx has the gemstone. Then we have to go in by force.
That could trigger war.
There are good people down there.
Bad ones, too.
Even if we wanted to invade, they have Shimmer.
We have Hextech.
What happened to you?
We've been talking about talking for weeks now. They're still cleaning the blood off the bridge.
Okay. I'm going to be honest with y'all. In this council group, as this keeps growing and evolving, probably in season 2 or in season 3 or however far down the line this may be, this council is set to fall. This council is set to fall. And I'm thinking about this almost immediately, and I'm like, yes, Jace is repeating a lot of these Noxus conversations, Noxus everything. But specifically what I'm getting at is, when this council falls or breaks, or there's another big change that happens like that, whoever's in this room, right, we can go ahead and find out who is and who isn't involved in anything. If it falls suddenly, it falls suddenly. It could be unexpected events, chaos, whatever. But see that there's a big falling out between the council members, or like quite literally situations between one another starts to blow up or whatever, right? And there are people missing in the council. I'm going to start drawing huge suspicions that there is nasty play involved in this group. Not just nasty play in like, oh yeah, no, there was already corruption involved. But nasty play in that they probably already know that, like, you know, certain situations with certain members are going to happen. Therefore, you know, get ready, prepare yourself for what may come. They're dangerous. Yep. Because right now it's like it's essentially like being in a room full of rattlesnakes. You never know who's going to strike first. You're trying to go ahead and better the lives of everyone, but when people aren't happy, whoever strikes first is setting off a chain reaction.
When do we say enough is enough?
Jace, you don't know war. I do. It must be our last resort. There may be a diplomatic solution.
She's right.
What? You want to negotiate with him?
It may be the only way to avoid further bloodshed.
Oof.
This is insane.
Hi,
Did you
Victor, what's
learn
up?
Nothing? You can't talk to him. He hates you. Everything you stand for. He will never back down.
Enforcers, please escort them out.
I will say, let's talk about the diversity here. Let's compare the Undercity Council versus the Piltover. Let's do a quick comparison here. How many humans do we have in each one? You're allowed to change your mind. Exactly. Robot guy doesn't pass the vibe check. Lord Hamsank. Oh, because Noah's going down an escalation change until her mom gave her a reality check. Yeah. But my thing is, even with Jace acting like this, one thing that's popping out to me is, if you find your leader doing this in front of you, is he the right leader for the job? Oh, Jace, I feel like you're about to be challenged and you just might be ousted.
What? You want to negotiate with him?
It may be the only way to avoid further bloodshed.
This is insane. Did you learn nothing?
Sí, claro que sí, no hay problema.
Can't talk to him. He hates you. Everything you stand for.
I think they only have Robot Dude in the council that isn't like human-like.
He will never back down.
Enforcers, please escort them out.
Forget it. I remember where your fancy damn door is.
Yeah? I'm genuinely not a shipper. I'm genuinely not a shipper usually. I generally am not the type of individuals that's like, you know what? Let's ship this. This though is something that like I ship hard, even though it won't be a kiss scene. We were slightly past this last time, so oof. All right, mods, throw up a poll real quick. Do you ship Vi and Kate, please? I would appreciate it. Yes or no?
Wait! Where are you going?
I don't know. Back where I came from? Seems like that's what everyone up here wants.
I can fix this.
You can't. This is how things are.
Most toxic line heard of the 21st century. Most toxic line heard of the 21st century, ladies and gentlemen.
Seems like that's what everyone up here wants.
I can fix this.
Never say that. Never, ever say that, please. I don't care if you can fix it. Alter your wording, please. You want to talk about triggering people and situations usually going bad and precedents being set that usually individuals can't keep their promises towards or whatever. Sometimes it's easy for us to just automatically jump in and try and be a person's fixer. Right? Try and fix every situation out there for them. Oof. One person voted no. Oof. She should have said, I can fix you. But through that, the main reason why I'm highlighting this is, number one, if we have a situation like this, where it's clear and distinct that these issues go beyond it, we turn from I to, what can I do to help you? What can we do to go out and be together? What can, I can't even begin to imagine the amount of pain that you must be in. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Because I makes it seem as though, like, in a counseling setting, yes, we love people to use their I statements, we will always go ahead and say, hey, you know what? Use your statements, use your I statements. What does that mean for you? So on and so forth, right? Wonderful to get people to talk. However, if it's reciprocated, if I'm like, I feel this when you're already down, I can fix you. When a person's having a bad day, that Jinx hates Kate because she's... What? Hi, Ed. How you doing? What's up, Ray? How you doing? Live after entering college. Well, welcome back in. Appreciate you being here, mate. How's everything going?
You can't. This is how things
Thanks
are.
much for the
How
hydrate.
they've always been. I was so stupid to think it could change.
There must be
give me the water.
something else we can do. Some other way. We'll make a new plan. We have to try.
We tried, okay? It wasn't enough. Top side and bottom, oil and water. That's all there is.
What about us?
Oil and water. Wasn't meant to be.
You have to say
Oh.
that.
Do yourself
Oh.
a favor, Cupcake. Go back to that big, shiny house of yours and just forget me. Okay?
Oh.
Favor, Cupcake. Wasn't meant to be.
You have to sing that.
Do yourself a favor.
What about us? I know she literally just dropped the big "What about us?"
Cupcake. Go back to that big, shiny house of yours.
What I find interesting is she doesn't give her face. Vi decides not to give her face. Vi could, there might be feelings of shame, of 101 other complexes for her in a situation like this, right? But she decides not to face this front on. And Vi has a theme, and this is why I find Vi such an interesting character. Some people hate Vi. I don't know why. I think that the narrative that they present are amazing. Because each character is unique in their own way. They all have flaws, don't get me wrong. But for me, it's like seeing this. Vi presents as an individual who runs when, it's been twice now. Well, the first time accidentally, now when there's a bigger issue here and someone's trying to work with you and trying to solve this big, unprecedented issue, she's choosing to run. She's choosing to take things into her own hands. She's choosing to do certain things like that. It's that fight or flight situation that came through. It's caged animal being told no, 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 out into the rain. Yeah, Vi's badass. And no, exactly. I take it as an adequacy that triggers her avoidant tendencies. Absolutely. But through that, it's a concept of shame, right? It's a concept of shame that you even tried to get here. You thought that your friend told you that things would change. Your friend told you that they might listen, that things might actually go you might be able to go out and save things or do things or whatever. You trusted them, right? Even though it's not their fault, you trusted them. You go there, nothing changes. She left her sister for this. Oof. Avoidant personality. I feel shame now. I don't know what to do. Fight or flight has kicked in. We can't be together. It's an overload. It's overstimulation. It's just that she wanted a specific result. Yeah. Vi, I think Vi does need some help. And I think Vi needs to go ahead and use a little bit of that snake magic on Jace. Not necessarily. Hope can cause cognitive distortions when it's a delusion or when it's over grand, right? Hope by itself is the aspect or aspirations for something better, or for whatever you want that to go ahead and be.
Forget me.
Exactly, okay. I agree with you 100%. I love Vi and Kate, all the characters in here, because they're not perfect. And through that, I guess I'll highlight this. Lena, hola, ¿cómo estás? I want to go ahead and highlight this, right? Which is for you guys, if you hope for something, something better, you're also opening yourself up to getting more hurt more than you already are, right? Hoping, like, opening yourself up to hope is opening yourself up to a portion of being vulnerable, and that's how you grow, and that's how we live, and that's how we aspire our life and meaning. Pushing past that, terror management theory, otherwise known as how we shape our life due to the concepts of death, right? Due to how death might influences our shapes, our perspectives in here. What is shaping Vi's perspective in here? I'm doing fine, ready to go. Oh, let's go, Lena. What is shaping Vi's perspective in here? Let's be straight up. How many of you guys fear death? Either the death of yourself or the death of a loved one. I do. I'm going to be 100% straight up. I fear, like, not so much dying, but witnessing, say, a family or whatnot, people that you truly love, like, hurt, pass away, or whatever that may be. What would you do for them if you felt like they were close to dying? What influences your choices as to how do you react and act with them based on that? I'll be honest. I have a lot more patience and love for my loved ones because of that. Because I want the memories that we hold with one another for them to be true and genuine and be ones of, like, positivity. You know? And whether that's, like, with my mom or my dad, as I've opened up about, or even with myself, you know, in case you guys don't know, I've been on some serious meds for the past number of months. And before, for example, I'll open up about this, I would be able to go ahead and do streams that were 9, 10, 11 hours long, 12 hours long sometimes. Nowadays, I can only stream 4, 5, 6 hours before extreme fatigue gets in. And I'm there. J-Tree, thank you so much. You know, death as a concept, especially when you're in that battle, can shape your narrative in why you do what you do and how you react to situations around you. So this is why I want to highlight this, right? Which is with your interactions with others, for Vi, for Jinx, for Powder, for whatever. What legacy do you want to leave behind? What do you want to be known for? What does Vi want to do that changes that legacy for herself or for others? That is where we're at. Choices that we do don't come because it's a random choice. We make choices based on what we feel might best benefit us at that current time and point, right? Might go ahead and help us. Sometimes we make choices that we don't like at times, right? That we have to make, that suck. Breaking up with the partner, doing certain things. And it's oof. I don't know, too much One Piece tells me to face death with a smile. Yeah. But that's sort of what I'm referencing in there is the fear of death can be a big one. It can manage the way that we go ahead and do certain things. The fear of a legacy being left behind and that legacy being tarnished, whether it's your own or your siblings or families, motivates people to start shaping their life around that as well. And that's why it's huge. And also, diving into that. Vi finally using Jinx's name and accepting that Jinx is there. That Jinx is Jinx. Huge, man. Huge in the way that, like, that's finally centered down in that reality. And she's able to go ahead and talk about it to other people, the council or whatever.
Okay.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Victor? Victor? What the fuck? Fuck. Oh, fuck. That is beautiful. Holy shit. I'm kind of glad I waited a little bit before I stopped it. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. The emotion in this scene alone. Tremendous. Finally letting go of what's been weighing you down. But also, I think through this, it speaks for itself. And it makes me want to ask this even for you guys on YouTube. How many of you have ever had a guttural scream? A guttural yell for happiness or sadness or all these emotions coming out at once because something great or bad happened in your life. And I have. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a sensation that like truly comes, from within, and it's like all the emotions. If you want to go ahead and talk about it, it's a primal scream. It's something deep inside of you that like finally letting go, mastering, gaining something, doing something. For Victor, this is a sense of living. This is a sense of life. This is a sense of moving forward, of quite literally taking that first step forward now. Although I do want to go ahead and say, dude, I did not think that blood hex tech zombie magic would work. But oof. La escena atrás. Ajá. Beautiful parallel. This is an absolutely beautiful parallel to when he was a kid and he let that boat go. That boat go that, like, you know, he was chasing down the stream where he met the doctor scientist person. He's outrunning the boat now, though. Oof, man. That's why I was like, the boat. It's a beautiful parallel, guys. Like, it's... There we go. I do wonder, though. Him gaining all of this freedom, all of this everything. Fuck it, we're doing it. We're doing it. I don't care now. We're doing it. This one? Yeah, it's this one. Hi. Okay, where is he at? Where was he at, ladies and gentlemen? Let's talk about it. Where was he at? Beforehand, what was he struggling with? Oh no, Ed pulled out the graph. Let's go. What was he struggling with beforehand? Survival, secure. Yeah. He was down here. Hold on. Where the fuck is this? I don't want no emotion, nothing being shown. Why is this thing still showing shit? He can climb up the pyramid with his new leg. You guys are something else. Okay. He didn't have security of body or security of health. So what does this mean? Yes, he did have some friendships with Chase, right? Yes, he was going ahead and like mark. You can always mark stuff a little bit higher in the pyramid. That's a-okay. No one's ever going to stop that. But he had two major sources where his main focus would probably be at: safety and physiological being. He didn't have security of body. He didn't have security of health. So now that he has that, what does this mean? He can now start focusing. All of a sudden, the brain can say, hey, you have this. This isn't an area to worry about as much if there's no malfunctions, to the next steps. And he grew up in the lanes. Yeah. Yeah, of course, his friendship with Jace has been ruptured a little bit. But talking about this, it's like, what is next on this list that he has to focus on? If he has now been able to go ahead and fix the issues of body and health, where does he look to next? This is in his environment, not the whole lanes, by the way. Just in his worldview. Friendship, family, sexual intimacy. Probably friendship. Yeah, trying to go ahead and fix. Trying to go ahead and keep a friend there. Trying to go ahead and manage what being a friend is. Time to get laid or something. Oh, man. He goes back for another dose. But no, through this, it's looking at this. We start seeing that for Victor, he's starting to fill out the needs that he, like, the area of needs that he must accomplish to move up in this triangle. Focusing on friendships, it might, but there also might be a fear of rejection here. Because what if people see you as a monster now and not as the individual that you were? And that's where this gets scary.
Victor, I've been working on a private project for a couple of weeks now.
Oh no. Oh no.
Victor, I've been working on this for a year now.
Brother. Oh no. Brother. Oh no. Oh, no. Oh no. Oh.
Victor, I was hoping you might take a look at something I've been working on.
Wait, does that mean that if he's doing wait a minute. Wait a minute. If he's doing his entire body, does that mean his entire body gets a full that Hex cussy? Dude, the leg was just a test, guys. Bad. But no, I'm kind of scared of this, though. Because at what point does this stop? Does he think that if it was just his leg, why would he keep going? Does he find his whole entire body to be a dysfunction like that? Does he find himself not in the appropriate body for himself? What does this do for him? Not sex tech.
Victor, I was inspired by your... Everything you do inspires me.
Oh. Oh. What the fuck? What the fuck? I guess Sky is now part of the Sky. But what the well, friendship over. Thanos happened. They wouldn't kill anyone. It's a Netflix show, right? Oh, that's right, because the Shimmer protected him from... Sky has been promoted to Powder. Stop, man. Sky has been promoted to power. Fuck you. Oh, I'm dying. Okay, let's back it up. This is trauma inducing. We'll see if it switches to another scene. We'll back this up and we'll talk about it because, oh my god. Dude. Sometimes I guess we yeah, how far would you be willing to go for love? How far would you be willing to go for change? I was fighting with the urge of stopping this, but like in aspects, for example, the Shimmer fixed his entire leg. This is what I want to highlight. How far would you be willing to go for someone that you love? Someone that you care about, someone that you truly care about, someone that is working alongside with you or whatever. How far would you go? Would you be willing to risk your life for it? Not very far. I'll be honest, for a person that I love, yeah. No great science should put lives in danger or something like that, quoted by Heimer. But you have to remember, this is sort of the age of innovation, of revolution and whatnot, and they're breaking a lot of the boundaries that were already set. So through this comes a big responsibility. This concept of death, if her dying like that, her passing away or whatever that may have been, her being Thanos snapped, is that going to weigh in Victor's mind? Or is he going to go ahead and prioritize his own health and his new body upgrades over everything else? I think that's probably going to go ahead and weigh in a little bit more. The fucked up thing is that if it wasn't for the blockade, he could have just gone and get more Shimmer. So this is Jace's fault in part. Yeah. Like, looking at this, I'm like, I feel like Victor is about to change a lot from this, because this isn't just a regular death. This is someone that you're spending time with. An aspect like this, and guilt comes into play. And the more that you let guilt simmer, the more that you let guilt and grief simmer, the bigger of a trauma that takes in your mental health. The more it weighs you down. The thing that would have happened. And he's known her since childhood. Oof. I can't, bro. I can't. I mean, he's already prioritizing himself over others. He's dying, though, so it's understandable. Right. Well, this is where the concept of what would you do for your life? Like, what legacy do you want to leave behind? Are you comfortable with death, with the concept of death? And how far would you be willing to go to, like, live a life that you want to live? And this is, I hope that she could, like, I'm not, I hope that this wasn't as painful as it looks. Like, like actually being in there, oof. I mean,
no, that can't.
Bro. Hey, yo, your hex tech is looking a little funky, brother. Yo, what if the only... Oof. The dialogue with Sin suggests that this isn't the Hexcore that takes the sacrifice, but the body can't tolerate its power. Her life being in exchange. Yeah. The Hex cussy, brother. That shit's growing out of control. And if we're being realistic in a situation like this, what if this thing like literally starts consuming the city or growing to be a monster that you're not ready for? It now needs to be fed. Like, or if it now needs to go, like, you know, human bodies every so often or anything like that. This is terrifying. But it's due to this terrifying nature that, like, where have I seen this before? Come on, think, Edgar, think. It reminds me of, like, I'm not sure, is it the lungs or areas of the heart? Like, under an extreme microscope. What is it? I'm trying to think. Where quite literally you have, like, little saccules of air or, you know, things being tied in together. It's already starting to take flesh form, if we're being realistic about it, or fleshy form, like a virus. Yeah, kind of a cell. That's why I'm like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, huh. The Hexcore can learn, so it probably did take Sky's body in exchange. That's why I'm like. So through this, I probably learned about biology. Well, comes the next question. The Hexcore doing this, taking people in with it, do you think it also takes in their knowledge? If we are to consider this Hexcore starting to become a more living, breathing thing that's more activated by blood and whatnot, and able to go out and turn to people to dust, right? Probably, Masters, probably. Like, that's sort of what I'm getting at. Do you think it assimilates consciousness or it's just auto-destruction from that? Just like an AI. Yeah. That's Chat GPT now. Holy shit. Chat GPT. But what's funny is you're both... Jace is now, what, like probably building a weapon or something, right? Because his family does this sort of things. So what's really, really interesting is both of them are sort of creating a weapon then. Well, unless he creates something for the council, but I'm assuming this is the hammer that we see in the beginning, in the intro. Considerate que no, pero sí conocimiento. Ajá. Conciencia no. Huh? Or maybe not. Oh, yeah, it is. I was like, or maybe not.
You want to make Silko pay for what he's done?
No, bye. You're not an expendable tool. Like, build me something so I can go fight. Bye. ¿Por qué? Bye. Why does that magma look tasty? Okay. What I find, like, I really do find this interesting, is they're both attempting, you know, legacy is a big thing. Survival is a big thing. Survival of the city for Jace, pushing him to go ahead and, you know, take matters into his own hands, build his own things. On the flip side, we do have, even for Victor, right, his own survival cost him a life already. So, oof, this interaction, this battle, this everything.
You want to make Silko pay for what he's done?
I could have you arrested.
You guys really like to bandy that threat around. You ever been to Stillwater?
No.
So you just wave an arm, have someone dragged off, don't bother to find out what it does to someone being stuffed in a stone box for weeks or months or even years?
Yeah. I want to make Silko pay.
I want in.
There is no in. You heard the council.
Fuck the council.
Fuck the council. Fuck the council of wizards. I do what I want. Oh, Vi's awesome. Holy fuck, dude. But what I love about Vi and what I love about a lot of these characters is they're so well defined. They're so well defined. Like, these are believable characters. These are believable people. Like, I could see Vi in like any one of my friends, right? Spoken like a gangster. She's the police. Kate. But no, like, when we're looking at this, I'm like, dude, Vi is just, if you're in her way, she's just gonna steamroll you over. And it's interesting to see her turn to this, like, to this level.
You guys really
Yeah, he's very impressionable in the worst way. He is.
bandy that threat around. You ever been to Stillwater?
No.
So you just wave an arm, have someone dragged off, don't bother to find out what it does to someone being stuffed in a stone box for weeks or months or even years?
Yeah. I want to make Silko pay.
I want in.
I like that he doesn't, like, fully address the Stillwater situation, but addresses his own feelings in it. They asked you about Stillwater, and he says, yeah, I want to make Silko pay. Interesting parallel that for him, he hasn't given it much thought, so he answers truthfully in that matter. I do ask this, though. Vi is a hammer who finds nails everywhere. And I'm going to go ahead and say this. In your opinion, is Jace a good leader? I'm not saying a good researcher or a good scientist. I'm talking about as a leader. Is Jace a good leader? How many people has Jace been influenced by so far? 5? Yeah, that was straight up deflection. Absolutely. Nah.
There is no in. You heard the council.
Fuck the council. You said you were tired of doing nothing. That's the only sensible thing that came out of anyone's mouth tonight.
I'm not a vigilante.
No. You're a victim. This so people notice you when you raise your hand in the boardroom?
Oh, shit.
We built them for mining the fissures.
Someone close to me had a pair of these. You're the first person Caitlyn looked for when we made it to topside. Of everyone up here, you're the one she trusted to do something.
Ooh.
What do you want me to do? Arrest him?
Interesting. Really, really interesting. This scene by itself is worth gold. What have these gloves represented for Vi in the past? Yeah, let's be honest. What have these gloves, what have these things represented for Vi in the past? Right? Let's highlight this. More problems. A way to fight back, because they were fighting him back against Silko and his men. Represents Vander, represents safety, represents stability, maybe even change, power. Vander's legacy. However, notice the shift here. She's already, I want in, I want in, I want in. Keeping the peace, says Rambart. She grabs these gloves, and they become, quite literally, these gloves become an agent of change for her. And for Jace as well. Because look at the way that she spins this, right? It's such a beautiful thing.
Months or even years?
That questioning that's happening back and forth. It's beautiful.
Yeah. I want to make Silko pay.
I want in.
There is no in. You heard the council.
Fuck the
I want
council.
in. Fuck the council.
You said you were tired of doing nothing. That's
Yeah. All right, guys. I want a huge yeah the moment that she says fuck the council. You guys ready?
I want in.
There is no in. You heard the council.
Fuck the council.
Yeah. Fuck the
said you were
council. Everyone. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
That's the only sensible thing that came out of anyone's mouth tonight.
I'm not a vigilante.
No. You're a victim.
I'm not a vigilante. No, you're a victim. She's kind of calling you out, brother. She's kind of calling you out.
This so people notice you when you raise your hand in the boardroom?
We built them for mining the fissures.
But look at the way she diffuses it, right? Because that's a moment of tension. She's looking at his, like, that hammer, like, it's a zoom in on the hammer. And immediately, the way that the tension is diffused and then redirected back in, it's such a beautiful scene that, like, by her grabbing a tool of safety, a tool of power, a tool of her past, a tool that she's comfortable with, a tool that she can work with, something that represents the change that has happened for her. Now highlighting that in that aspect, it goes from a direct confrontation to a de-escalation to a redirect. It's a beautiful, beautiful moment that we're starting to see Vi have this power back in her own hands.
Someone close to me had a pair of these. You're the first person Caitlyn looked for when we made it to topside. Of everyone up here, you're the one she trusted to do something.
What do you want me to do? Arrest him?
Silko controls the Undercity with Shimmer. Shut down his supply, and it's only a matter of time before his own people turn on him.
And how do we do that?
Take out his manufacturing facilities. Hit him hard and fast before he can react.
Oh shit. Oh shit, boys.
So, we got a deal, pretty boy?
Oh no. So Jace is easily influenced. If we're being realistic, I can walk into Jace's office and drop like a little bit of a hint towards something, be like, yeah, so you see Silko's not starting operations here and doing this or that. And you could start going ahead and influencing in that direction, right? This next scene is a League player coom moment. Okay, well, before we start cooming all over the screen, like, that's sort of what I want to highlight. I want to highlight the fact that, like, for Vi, this is a true moment for her. This is a moment where she can go ahead and be as direct, as open, as whatnot. And she's taking things into her own hands. Rather than letting somebody else try and fix the situation, she's flipped that around to, like, you know what? I have to take things into my own hands. I have to do this by myself. I have to go out there by myself, and goes out and looks for him. This team up might be insane, but what trouble does this bring? How does it, if Jinx is out here and Jinx sees this, what does that spell for her? What does this even mean? Honestly, distrust to the level that we probably haven't even seen. All of a sudden, can you even trust your sister anymore? I mean, Marcus literally walked up to him and said, the only way we can fix this is to barricade the bridges. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what happens. Oh. Wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. Oh. FBI, open up. Wait a minute. Oh fuck! It's those things from Metal Gear Solid 5. What were they? What were they? What were they? What were they? Oh shit! Tevyenin. Oh no! It's like the zombie things from Metal Gear Solid 5 where they're just like. Oh no, brother! The nanomachines! The ghost! Oh fuck. Ugh! Oh. I would love an actual game of this. I'm not just talking about League. I mean, literally set in this world, right? We can expand it, but let's just talk about like the lanes and Piltover and, you know, everything happening in there. Play as a random character interacting in this world with all the chaos happening and whatnot. Like, make it fucking Elden Ring style. That's all I have to say is I would literally, like, I would drop money for that. Un mundo abierto, yeah, like an open world of you meet the characters, you learn a little bit more about League in the process of it. They do be making an MMO. Let's go! Oh shit, dude. Hex gates are probably the hex gates are fast travel systems. Ooh, man, I would play this game for days. Ooh. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, that wink sold it for me. Ladies and gentlemen, that wink sold it for me. That wink, I'm like, mommy? Excuse me, sorry, mommy? Oh. I know, brother. I'm done. Terrifying. Ugh. I actually do wonder about this. Hold on, I'm stopping it right there because this is beautiful fight scene choreography, but I do wonder about how much martial arts training Jace has had with the weapon. And this is critical to what I'm talking about here, because right now it looks like I want her to crush my bones. It's the first thing I see when I turn over to the side, because it's important, man. When it comes to an aspect like these, it's like, ain't no way those gauntlets were made for the. I mean, he probably used hammers. As far as I know, none at all. Because what I love about her is her stats, right? Like, if you guys were to take this scene at 32 minutes and 8 seconds and look at her stats, look at the way that she's doing it, it's a boxer stance, right? It's a very common fighting stance that you see out there. His stance is a little bit more open, which I'm kind of curious about. Like, maybe at range, further than mid-range, or like, you know, further range, or even like a fast and close opponent, how much of a trouble that would cause him. Because right now, like, his stance is a little, I get it, it's probably a big hammer, it's a heavy hammer, but still, the whole show was incredible. Yeah, this whole show is beautiful. Ooh. 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 Yeah. Why is it so beautiful? And he has a fucking shield too? Ugh. Those combos are sick! What the fuck? Oh. What the fuck? Oh no. He turned his weapon into a full-on cannon here. What the fuck? That's amazing. He did the thing. He did the thing. Oh, what the fuck? He did the thing! Oh, no. No. I mean, in a situation like this, casualties can happen. And I think that's a consequence that, yeah, that's a consequence that he needs to be aware of at all times. Like, your actions do have consequences. In a situation like this, it can't get any clearer, though. Like, you are there to quite literally bring down an organization. What is this person doing in there? Yes, you might feel bad. Yes, so on and so forth. But what are you aiming for? And even through this, are you okay with it? Are you okay with the sentiments that came through with it? Before this, he never had to really think of the consequences of his actions. Oof. Oof. Ooh. Oh, fuck, dude. Oh. Even the light in the eyes of the kid, man. Even they went as far as to animate this so beautifully that you can so painfully. War has changed, man. War never changed. Jace. And all the kids, bro. Oh. They're probably just doing this to survive, brother. They're probably just doing this to survive, brother. Oh, no. War has come. And it's by doing this and not being prepared for what. Oof. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Now, Cupcake got the cake. So yeah, blood and water, right? But something that stands out to me is even in ourselves, even in a natural habitat, to healing, to processing information, to talking about the day, to whatever. What does this do for us? When you shower, what are your shower thoughts like? Are you processing? I know I do. When I'm in the shower, man, and that hits me, like I might be having a rough day, and I'm like quickly talking it out, processing through it, literally going through my own little turning point in the shower of like, okay, how do I go ahead and yeah, you wash away the bad things, you decompress. Yeah, yeah. And even the sound, right, of water falling can act as quite literally like what is it called? Sort of like static noise or background noise, so that your mind can like easily go in and out and have the decompression time that you need, have the ability to think through things, have the ability to feel what you need to feel. For some guys that can't or hate to show emotions out in public or outside of things, that's where they cry. And for a lot of people, not just guys, just people in general, like they find the shower to be like one of the places for them to be able to go and be able to do this, feel comfortable showcasing this. When I was younger, I sat in the shower to relax when I was stressed. Yeah, yeah, that's why I'm like, oof. Do it. Do it. Oh. Chat, there better not be no TOS in here. Corre! Corre, get the fuck out of there! Run! Fucking run! Corre! Get the fuck out of there quick, dude. Holy shit, dude. TOS, nah, that's a word. Bro, this is beyond TOS at this point. Holy fuck. I see this, dude. I'm like, I'm done. I'm fucking done at this point. Can I join? Oh, hey, yo. What the fuck? What the fuck? Hold on. I thought she was just gonna drop a bomb, not... Oh, and you can totally just see the outline of her. Oh my god. La Llorona, corre! Oh, fuck, dude. El Cucuy. This is like just straight up like stuff of nightmares. And her even having quite literally like the eyes just shine through that, like feels like it's chaos incarnate. To be continued. She has the shotgun gun or the shimmer gun. Oh, this is wild. She's at her most vulnerable. And Jinx waited outside for her. Literally. Kate is at her most vulnerable. And Jinx waited outside for her. Oh, man. What the fuck? What the actual fuck, ladies and gentlemen? I'm scared. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm scared. I don't know where this show's going to go. Jinx is in a pretty stable mood, huh? For me, I'm going to be honest with you. This feels like chaos incarnate. Yeah. This feels like chaos incarnate. Like, weirdly enough, respecting the boundaries that is like, okay, they're showering. And then like, hi. Like, just straight up waiting for them outside, like some creepy smile, just like, you know, like, oh, I know. Oh, that's right. Yeah, no, yeah, you're, I know where you've been all this time. You know, like all like just, oof, oof. What has oof? Yeah, that hey, exactly. Overall, though, this episode, it did have elements for us to go ahead and dive in deep into, but it feels more like the dominoes that have just started to go ahead and start falling, right? Everything's been a setup, and it's been domino fall this episode, leading to what I'm assuming is this grand finale. I don't know what this grand finale has. I haven't seen the grand finale. Of course, I'm watching this live with you guys. But what I do want to say is, guys, this episode, Arcane, is honestly probably my favorite show. Arcane is honestly probably my favorite show so far. Like, this episode is set up, but it felt like dominoes, like other dominoes that we've seen have already started falling into place. And if we're being realistic about it, so far, I think this has done more than what most anime can do in a season, in more than 9 seasons. Aún te falta el final. Yo sé, me falta el final. Y lo estoy esperando ahorita. Ahorita vamos a entrar. Es hermoso. But this is why I'm like, what is 9 going to be? Because clearly Jinx is back. Clearly Silko and all of this stuff is happening. What is 9 going to wrap up? What is 9 going to hit on? Oh, man. I'm scared. I'm excited. I'm terrified yet thrilled. But with that being said, guys, if you enjoyed episode 8 might have not have gone on for 4 or 5 hours. Might have been a 2-3 hour video, VOD, whatever that's thrown up on YouTube. It happens. Sometimes you can overanalyze. Sometimes there's a lot to analyze. Sometimes there's a little to analyze, so on and so forth. However, kind of interested. What is episode 9 going to take us with? With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are on YouTube, make sure to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. If you guys are here on Twitch and you guys are lurking or whatever and you guys haven't followed yet, hit that follow button, man. This is what we do with anime and every other series out there. We take it deep, we analyze it as deep as we can. We do as much as we can for it.